in the building, baby, and I'm the king of content. What's going on, guys? It is Tuesday, and the king of content is back with another live stream. This show is going to break the ground barrier as you're standing on it, because that's what I do. That's what we do. We come together, we discuss topics, guys, I don't want to use the word debate. Debate means you're wrong, I'm right. I just want to discuss topics. So even if it gets hostile, it's just our opinions discussing one thing from the next. It's not to say you're wrong and I'm right. So with that being said, I'm the master of blogging simply because I have blogged everything in my life, like maybe 80% of the things in my life since 2011 with the inception of the show. So go check it out. Go check out the playlist, and you can see everything from every birthday, every Christmas, 4th of July. My wedding is on here. My honeymoon in Mexico. Guys, if I buy something, I do a movie review. If I watch something, if I buy something, I do it. Okay. If I buy something, I do a product review. If I go see a movie, I do a movie review. Matter of fact, we're thinking of going to the movies today to see the Crawdads sing, something like that. Anyway, but guys, check me out. I'm on here with everything. So if you look down below, you see it says the all-purpose champ. That's my gamer tag. I'm on everything from PlayStation to Xbox to Stadia to you name it. My digital gamer footprints. That's how you find me. Send me a friend request. You got it. Now, the most important thing is the cowboy. You see that? Guys, I'm rocking a cowboy hat. I'm the guy that will get on here and sing, dance, do martial arts. I do whatever because I love to entertain. So I want to thank all of you guys who show up for the nonsense that I'm going to put you through for how many hours. But guys, let's enjoy this together. I want to be entertained. I know you guys want to be entertained. So let's get silly. Let's get crazy. Let's have a ball of it fun. Or that didn't make sense. But don't you worry about it. The cowboy is here to entertain. So with that being said, guys, this is what you get on here. You get some dancing, dancing, dancing. You get some, yes. Whoa, what if I was to kick my wife's her fish tank? That would not be cool, and that kick was pretty close. Anyway, guys, this is the cowboy, the master of vlogging. the all-purpose champ. That makes me the king of content. So with that being said, for all the new people who didn't know that, I'm gonna grab a chair. I hope you guys grab a chair, and we're gonna get into this show. And guys, I always do that little part one to give a bunch of people time to get in. Maybe you guys need to grab your sodas and your drinks and your whatever, right? You need a little bit of time to get in here. So, I'm going to be running my mouth for about 10, 11 minutes. And everybody get a chance to pull up a chair and be like, yay, still running his mouth. And cool, you didn't miss any of the show. Let me move this because it's messing me up. All right. So, with that being said, I like to say three things. Number one, this stream, video, show, whatever you want to call it, is gonna be epic. Cause I'm a cowboy! Oh man. And number two, guys, we're just having fun. Guys, I see a lot of people who use my show sometime, right? Oh, on Cowboy Show, guys, we're just having fun. I seen Rock and FCat and Primo, and it was going back and forth on Twitter, right? And FCat was like, well, on Cowboy Show, we debate. Whoa, let's try to get rid of that word because the word debate is nothing wrong with it, but I just want to have discussions, right? So that way it's less of people getting their feelings hurt or involved. But if you do get your feeling hurt and involved, that's not my problem because I'm just here to have a good time. I'm here to be a winner. And if you guys have a winning mentality, you won't have any issues. But let my sponsor tell you instead of you hear it from me.
You're a winner. And you know what winners say. Fuck the losers who can't take a joke. Man the fuck up.
Just saying. All right. With that being said, guys, the last and most important thing is the word epic. You guys gonna hear me say it from time to time. Because I like to feel that I live my life as an epic individual. Oh yeah. I wake up and feel epic. I go to sleep and feel epic. Guys, I'm just a wrestling fan at heart, and I always want to be a talk show host. So I merged those two things together. And I see my stream look like it's going crazy. So hold on. All right, I'm not sure what was going on, but that was weird. Anyway, I see it looked like my internet was going up and down. This ain't gonna work today. All right, anyway. So with that being said, let me just drop the beat on you guys from my man, Bruce Campbell, a.k.a. the master of music. We don't call him that, but I just said that. But guys, let's start the show off with... And now, your mama knows. Bruce, unleash the baby god dragon! All right, guys. I'm not sure what was going on with the internet. I'm doing a speed test right now, And on my phone, it didn't look that crazy. So hopefully whatever is going on, I'll pay attention to it to make sure it's not acting crazy. But guys, this is live. This is what happened. All right. So anyway, let's go to the chat. See what's up, you guys. Let me know if this if my internet looked like it's going crazy. I'm not sure what's going on, but keep me posted. So first things first, guys, if you want to join, you want to be a part of any of the topics, you want to be a part of the discussion, just click the link right there. It'll pull you right in. I pinned it to the chat. Join me. Let's have some fun. I want to say what's up to my guy. Sanchez is in the building. Oh, yeah. My man. He is here. Yo, G Million. Yo, where you been at? Wow. All right. So there you go. You're talking. All right. Sean L is in the building. Let me see. He said, you should see everyone everywhere at once. I should see. I'm using my eyes. I see. All right. Let me see. I seen where the crawdads. Oh, you did? How was it? Let me know. Cloud Gaming Extreme is in the building. Man, I haven't seen you in a while either. What's up with all these people showing up? You filming this on a potato? I mean, it seemed like that, right? But whatever was happening looks like it fixed itself. So it's all good. We're going to keep moving. Let me see. Primo said FCAT is upset. I apologize twice already. FCAT, stop crying, man. But give it up to Primo's in the building. My man, Bulls for Life is in the building. Now, you know what's cool is you don't really watch my stuff that much, so I'm honored. Thank you for showing up. Let's see. And you know my man Lion is in the building. Gotta give Lion claps. Lion's one of my main men. He's always in the Discord. We chat just about every day. Had to give him the special clap. Okay. This is the end of Now Your Mama Knows the death. Oh man. You know, I didn't play that game yet, but it didn't look like it was something that I was really into. Goon Squad is in the building. Also letting me know about the lag that we had. Okay. So Nas running on Stadia. Damn. We're actually going to get into something about Stadia first. I'm going to say that first. The movie was good. All right. Thanks, G Million. Cool. We might see that tonight. Everything Everywhere at Once is a... Oh. That's the martial arts. It's Lucy Liu's in that film, right? Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'm driving home, but when I get home, I might join. I want to hear how PlayStation is blocking Xbox. Crying ain't blocking. I love it. So let me show you guys something. I did my first impressions video yesterday of the Stadia games, right? And this isn't any shade or anything, but I thought this was an interesting interesting what someone said, and I actually agree. So let me pull up this comment, and I want you all to read this comment because it's pretty deep. So I'm going to pull it up on my phone so I actually be able to read it better. And I want to know if you guys agree or not. So actually, I'm going to put a poll up. This is what we're going to do. We're going to put a poll up. And I want to know if you guys agree or disagree. All right. So the people who miss it, well, do you agree that Stadia is doing it wrong when it comes to Pro? All right. So you guys don't know what I'm talking about yet, but you will. All right. So I put that in there. All right. Okay. Now I got to find the comment and I'm going to read it to you because I thought this was pretty deep. Now, not only am I going to read it to you, but I'm actually going to put it on the screen. So we started to show off like this, right? A little crazy, but this is interesting. All right. So I'm actually going to take myself up. Well, I'll put myself at the top. No, you know what? You'll see me right here. All right. No, I'll put myself at the top. All right. Make it a little bigger. All right. So check this out. It says this guy, Mike Roloff said this, right? Or Ralph, right? Whatever. Sorry about butchering your name. But he watches the show and he typically comments after the fact. So he's kind of like one of the people Squidward called the VOD Squad. But this is what he said. He said, in a way, Stadia is the master of its own demise. adding trials for games is a good ideal, right? Maybe, but adding trials for old and indie games is almost as disincentive for subbing to pro now, and this is why. You've just done a first impression video and spent how long on each video to determine, and he meant each game, to determine if you like the game or not. I can do the same with any games on trials without sub now. So why even bother with pro? The chances that people will actually even bother with trials is debatable because most won't be interested unless they are new and AAA, because that's just what attracts people. Then if they do, mostly people will play for 30 minutes, not 30 minutes, not be that impressed with the old or indie offerings and walk away. Just being real here. Stadia needs to do a whole lot more to get me to sub again, that's for sure. So I wanted to bring that up because here's where I agree. And it's just me. You guys could disagree, right? But it's just a discussion, right? You don't have to kill me for my opinion. I think he has a point because I did my first impression stream and all 6 games was actually a trial, right? Which is cool. I thought that was a good thing. I'm like, that's great, right? But it didn't dawn on me until I read his thing, right? That yes, all are a trial. So technically, I didn't really have to have pro because what I found was once I played them all, I actually gave 4 games. I rated 5 of the 6 games below a 5. That's really bad. So this is probably one of the worst pro months to me, right? I gave Saints Row the Third a 7 because number one, it was an older game anyway. I think I ended with a 6, right? I bought it for my wife 11 years ago. She played and beat it. It was the enhanced edition, right? So it looked better, right? So graphics was cool. I liked it more than the recent Saints Row because the controls was pretty good. You could punch people. The combat was good, right? But I really wouldn't play it again, right? Because it was so older. So I think he was to something when he said, if you're just going to have me be able to play them on a trial, I'll be able to play and see I don't like them anyway. So what's the point of plus? And it almost made me think, I was thinking about canceling my plus, right? Because I'm always waiting for a community-driven game so I could play with everybody. And for the last couple months, there haven't really been one, right? Besides, I say Fast and Furious, but nobody likes it but me. So I almost feel like instead of me paying for pro, I'm better off just trying the games on the I'm better off saying, oh, these are the 6 games in pro. They're already on the trial. Let me play the trial for 30 minutes to an hour and be like, nope, I wouldn't. No, I don't want to pay for that. I want to pay for that. I want to pay for that. But if pro had AAA or new games, right, it would entice people to be like, oh, I want to play that. I think he's on to something, and I don't disagree with this. I think it was pretty good how he spelled it out. And then I know there are other people that says, I'm trying to think exactly who said, but they said there should be 2 offerings for pro. They said, why do you allow, I think it's Rude Diggs actually for Chat Stadia. He said he feel that pro shouldn't contain the games that you could purchase, right? Like if I could just buy these games, but I could also have them in pro the same day, then what's the point, right? So I kind of hear that as well. So anyway, I want you guys to get into this because I thought it was pretty good, and I want to talk about it. All right, let's see. Ron says Shadow PC is bankrupt. Ron is going in on Shadow PC. What did they ever do to you? Primo said, me and Primo are good. Just people that troll call me out or put me on blast are gonna get it back. I'm like you, cowboy. So listen, I think that's what Primo's trying to say. Anything you put out there, he's a big advocate on. Anybody could push back. So listen, if you put something out there and it get on you, just know that you could get right back on him. So that's fair. Let me see. Ron said I don't play AAA games though. That's fair, Ron. Like I said, I like what he said, but that don't apply for everybody. Let me see. Disagree 100% because of the money. And I know Primo always said money is number one for him, right? So his number one priority is money, bar none. So let's say if it's more AAA games, maybe the price of pro will go up. So that wouldn't be good for him. So I totally get where you're coming from. Let me see. If you like one, would you rather pay full price for $10? Let me see. If you like one, would you? Oh, so if you like, so me, right? I'm used to. So I'm used to paying full price for the games I want. That's just my background, right? I'm used to being a PlayStation, Xbox console guy, and I'm used to, hey, if I like that game, I'm gonna pay full price and buy it. So that's me. So the whole subscription thing, the only subscription I'm used to is Gamefly, and that's a game come in the mail, I play it, I beat it, or I don't beat it, and I send it back. But with Gamefly, I could get any game I want. I'm not I'm not tied down to the subscription and only the games they have. So that's what made Gamefly powerful. So I'm used to getting exactly what I want. I'm not used to this new subscription thing where it's like, hey, you could only play these games. And I think it's a good thing to have, right? If you're bored of your main game you're playing, hey, why not be able to play a subscription service? But if a couple months go by and you don't have games you like or you're playing, then you have to judge, is it worth it or not? But I do definitely hear what you say. Sean said, I disagree with that statement. And most people who are going to try trials are current Stadia users. You don't have to wait until a free play weekend to try a game. That is true. Here's the thing. I never tried one trial. I'm just not. My thing is this, interest, right? If I was that interested in a game, I will buy it or I will rent it, right? If I was that interested in the game, then I guess I would try the trial. I just haven't seen any trials that actually I'm interested in. That's my only problem. So I hear that, because if they have these AAA games on trial, then maybe I would actually try it, right? It's kind of like renting a game I want. But I'm more of a AAA guy. All right, let me see. Primo said, if you're new, you can get it 100% free. It's narrow-minded. So how is it 100% free? How would you get it 100% free? One, Pro isn't free because it costs $9.99 a month. And two, you're not getting a trial. You're being able to play a portion of a game with a trial. So nothing is free. You're not getting a whole game free. You can play a portion of a game for free, right? Primo said he's not into anything. And Ron said Centipede is a community game. Man. So I believe Centipede, the original Centipede anyway, came out in 1981. This is kind of a remaster. I was playing it at first. It just couldn't hold me. But if you like it, cool. See, that's the thing. I don't want people to feel like my views is the end all be all. I want us all to get on here and have these discussions, and you say, hey, I like this or I like that. So let's have discussions. Don't debate, right? Don't say my thing is better than yours, right? Get on here and say, oh, I agree or I disagree, and here's why, and then let's talk about it, if that makes sense. Let's see. Sean said, if you like the trial, buy the game. There are plenty of games I'm interested in, but I don't feel like buying it to try it. No one complains about demos. And no one complains about being able to rent the whole game. Now, I know this isn't in every country, but this, Sean, what you said, this is why I say Gamefly is the best value in gaming, right? Because you just said, if you like the trial, buy the game. There are plenty of games I'm interested in, but I don't feel like buying it to try it. No one complains about demos. I get to have a subscription, and I get to get any game I want that was ever on a disc. If the game's on a disc for Xbox, PlayStation, you name it, I get to try the whole game for $16 a month. And when I don't like it, I send it back. If I want to buy it, I could keep it, and it's actually at a big discount. Or I could say I like it that much, I'll buy it digitally. But anyway, but obviously that's not in the cloud. Once upon a time it was. All right, so let's move on along. Let's see. So Bulls for Life said, I can say the same for PS Plus and X Bad Pass, and they have AAA games. No, I agree. So I once did a video where I did a 4.5 video comparing every game in Game Pass or xCloud versus every game on Stadia Pro and every game in the Stadia library, right? And I found the Stadia library to be better for me. Now, the only problem was that was probably 7 months ago. 7 months, Stadia was still producing some bangers for me, and not so much anymore. So yeah, you could say the same thing for PlayStation Plus, PlayStation Extra, PlayStation Essential, PlayStation Plus Premium. You could say the same thing for Xbox Games with Gold, the same thing for Xbox Game Pass. You can say the same thing for any of these subscription services because it's up to you to be interested in that game. So that's why, and let me show you guys this right away, right? That's why if you look at the definition, right, for my definition for gaming without limits, the word interest is very important. So check. So for me, I totally agree. You should have interest in the games. So it doesn't matter if PlayStation have it, Xbox have it, PC. If you're not interested in a game, none of it matters at all. And everybody know gamers are specific. You can have the guys who just play Call of Duty and basketball. That's it, right? You can have the guys that, hey, I just like indie games, right? You can have the AAA fanatics. So that is a great point, Bulls for Life. Thank you very much for bringing that up. Good stuff, man. Dave is in the building. What's going on, my brother Dave? Sharpest looking man in my wedding. Okay, Primo said exactly. Buy the games or subscribe. What's so hard about that? Nope, it's not a problem at all. It's not a problem, but he does have a good perspective, right? I can't knock his perspective as well. Vet Raid. Yo, Vet just came in the building, guys, with the raid. Let's give a shout outs to Vet raiding. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Also, a lot of these AAA aren't worth the money, and it's usually a bug ridden. Again, see this for me? I could play them AAA games. I don't think it's worth the money, and they go right back. So yeah, I agree with you. There are games, AAA games, I just want to play. Or I just want to feel like I tried, right? Like right now, I have Seafood. It's decent, but I'm not that crazy over it. So guess what? I'm definitely not going to beat it, and it's probably going to go back very soon. I want to play it one more time, and then I'm going to send it back. So you are 100% correct, my friend. I agree with you. Sean said, there are plenty of games I discovered through Pro that I love, and I wouldn't have tried it if I didn't have access. So I will say this. I'm very big on the word interest. So if there's a game that I have interest in enough to buy it, then I bought it. Now, I might buy it and not like it that much. Who knows, right? But I thought I would like it that much. There are definitely games on Stadia like Wavetail that I never heard of, played it in Pro, and I was like, whoa, this game is really cool. But because I didn't have that initial interest, it's still hard for me to finish the game. Like I'm still playing it and I haven't beat it yet. That game been out for, I don't know how many months, 6 months, right? Because I didn't have that initial interest for the game. But the same could be said for a lot of stuff. Like I bought Resident Evil, right? Village. That came out over a year ago, and I still haven't beat that yet either. So we have to learn to be fair and not tie somebody into what we think, right? We have to stop being like, it's what I say, and you can't disagree. You have to agree. No, it's fine. That's what the discussions are about. Just have these own perspectives, and let's just have these like what he wrote. I like it because it has us having discussions, right? Let me see. Human Centipede is a competition. Oh man, it's a community game. I guess you're kind of right, right? To a point. FCAT said, yeah, that's what I like. The different options. That is true. Bruce said, anyone stoked for now? How do you say it? Thesmia. Well, I can pull up the video in a bit, Bruce. Can I buy trials instead of the game? Nope, you cannot. But the cool thing is trials are free, so you don't even have to worry about spending money. Isn't Gamefly a subscription service? Yes, it is. It's a subscription service, but you probably heard me say that already. I'm a little late. I'm trying to catch up. But the trial are free, you have to sub to Gamefly. This is true. This is true. Let me see. Yeah, trials refunds. Okay. The only thing though I will say about trials versus Gamefly. Yes, Gamefly is $15 a month or $16 a month, but you have a large, right? A majority of options, right? So let's say you take the trials that's on PlayStation, right? And they got some AAA games. Let's say you take the trials that's on Stadia, right? The game I'm holding right now is Sifu. This ain't on Stadia and this ain't on PlayStation, right? So that's what makes this trials for game. That's what makes Gamefly powerful, because it's not even a trial; it's the full game. So that's why I feel like Gamefly can't be knocked. That's why the $16 a month is so worth it for me. Might not be for you. Trials ruin refunds. Ooh, that's an interesting thing. Does Avon have trials? You can definitely get samples, so I guess that would be like a trial. But you get to keep it. You don't got to give it back. Let me see. Bull said, like I have Gamefly. I love it. Yeah, man. Listen, if you guys are able to use Gamefly, it definitely comes in handy. Definitely does. You know. Let me see. Don't need to refund it if you can try the game for free. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. Let me see. Most people think when Stadia Pro trial runs out, trials run out. I guess what we're saying. I don't know. I never really had that discussion with anybody. Yo, Lion said, Cowboy, you need to be a sponsor. I do. Yo, the Gamefly need to pay me money, man. But honestly, you guys will hear my enthusiasm for a product if I really believe in it for me. And I used to always tell people this with Stadia. I'm always pushing Stadia on people. I said, no. Don't mistake my enthusiasm for Stadia as I'm pushing it on you. I tell you guys why I love Stadia. You hear it in my voice. You can almost see goosebumps when I talk about it. But that doesn't mean you need to get Stadia, right? I don't sell Stadia on nobody. I even had a personal friend of mine, Chris. You see him, Chris Game Over Cake is. He was like, bro, why you never tell me about Stadia? I always to watch your shows. And because we reconnected after a while. I said, listen, I love Stadia, but I don't push Stadia on people. If people fondle their way through Stadia or hear me talking about Stadia and ask questions, I'll explain it, but I don't tell you need to get Stadia, right? Because I do know Stadia has its own flaws. You might want certain games that they don't have, right? So that's just to be fair. But I do love Gamefly. So I feel like if you have a PlayStation or an Xbox, something that could put disc in, Gamefly is really good because you have a plethora of games, right? It's got to be the best value in gaming. I'll argue and debate. This is where I debate. I stand on Gamefly. You let me know what is a better value. TK9 try to say Xbox. Game Pass. Game Pass is phenomenal. But Game Pass won't allow me to get Sifu. Oh, why not? Because it's on PlayStation, right? Let's say PlayStation Plus Premium is phenomenal. And I could get Horizon Zero Dawn, right? Or wait. Let me switch it. But let's say this. I can't play Forza Horizon because that's an Xbox game. Guess what? Xbox and PlayStation games are on Gamefly. Anyway, talk about options. All right, so Primo said the problem with his comment is that his assuming everyone is like him, and therefore Stadia is doing wrong. But Stadia knows the numbers, he doesn't. If he's right, Stadia would know. No, I disagree with that. I don't think he's assuming everybody's like him. I think that he's giving his perspective for his gamer habits, right? The thing is, people have a hard time. I think Rock said it well today on his show. If you guys missed it, go see it. Rock said Stadia is like a way of life, right? We play games all the time, right? So when people attack Stadia, people feel like they're being attacked. It's saying like you're wrong for having Stadia. So I feel like he's not saying that, right? With this, he's just saying this is why I no longer subscribe to Stadia Pro. He's saying this is what he think would be better for him. If you're taking that personal because you value Stadia for you the way it is currently today, the same way I was so enthusiastic about Stadia months ago because I value what Stadia was offering me. Now when people hear me say I'm upset with Stadia, I'm disappointed, they think I feel like oh, Stadia isn't good for you. No, nowhere have you ever heard me say Stadia isn't good for anyone but myself, right? And that's my issue with some of the Stadia community. They get so mad at me and feel I turn my back on Stadia. I just explain why Stadia is no longer that great value for me. I never say it's not a great value for you. So I think we have to have discussions, right? Discussions mean say what you got to say, right? Let this man say what he has to say, right? And you might say, well, I'm glad I don't feel like him. And then you're fine. But don't feel like he's coming against your beliefs, because that I don't feel that's what he's doing. And now your mama knows. All right. So but that was definitely good, Primo. Let me see. Hype. I'm gonna actually play a video of that soon. Let me see. I had Gamefly when it first launched. Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, I like it a lot. Let's see. There was one point in time I actually canceled Gamefly because I was playing Stadia so much, so I didn't have a need for it. And then I went to the movies and saw Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City. I got the urge to play the Resident Evil 2 remake, Resident Evil 3 remake. So I subbed back to my Gamefly because I just canceled it. It was less than a week. I got it back. And once I rented those, I realized, okay, I can't get rid of Gamefly because there's always going to be a game that comes out that I can't get in the cloud on Stadia. Let me see. Gamefly is a steal. You have multiple platforms. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Gamefly is the best subscription service. It's no dependent on platform. The only drawback is that you have to wait. I agree. Whoever say that's not a drawback, then that's not right. Now, before like cloud came out, right, and digital, Gamefly will rock everything as far as waiting, right? But now you could just download a game, right? Now you could, or download a demo or a trial, right? Now you could get a demo and a trial on the cloud. You could snap your fingers. That was my issue with Game Pass when I had it, right? My friend would say, oh, let's play this game on Game Pass for our stream. And I was like, damn, now I got to delete something, uninstall something, and download something, right? So it just was the headache of doing that. Gamefly, I got to wait a few days for it to get to me, so I already could clear my space and be ready, right? But the issue is I have to wait. So yes, a good point, and I would never go against that. You're right. There went my signal. You're still there, right? Let me catch my stream up. And also, let's look at this poll, though, guys. Let me see. Primo said, if my options to buy, the definition is personal. It's my personal options, and I disagree. Oh, I got you. Fair enough. Yo, Geek the Sneak. All right, so let's look up this hyper Desium, or let me read it again. Let me see how it's spelled. Let's watch this trailer. Is it hype? No, it's Thymesia. All right, let me look up the trailer for Thymesia, guys. Let's check that out. All right, Thymesia trailer. Let's see.
Rated M for mature.
Rated M for mature. All right. You guys should be able to hear that. And let's go.
Rated M for mature.
Looks cool. It gives me that vibe of like a Devil May Cry kind of. But I don't know. I mean, it looks cool. I definitely want to check it out. I definitely will be game flying it, so I'll be playing it. And if I don't like it, it'll go back. So let's see. Let me see. FCAT said, maybe my fault. I see your show like real time with Bill Mayer, but with so here's the thing. Yeah, I agree. Listen, I want my show to be like that. I want you guys to come on. I want you to keep it real. But I don't really want to debate. Like, we're gonna get in debates. It's gonna happen. But I don't want the premise to be debating, because then people come on here trying to prove people wrong. I want you guys to just come on to have discussions, right? And so that where it don't have to be, you're wrong, I'm right. Let's just be like, man, that's a crazy point. I didn't think of it that way. Or let's say that's a crazy point. I don't agree with it. And that's fine. Don't agree, right? Let me see. Love the look of this. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Dante Inferno, a little look of that too. But anyway, guys, so that was a cool little thing we brought up because of Mike commenting on my thing. So hopefully if he watches back, it'll be cool. He got to see about like a half an hour, went into his thing. But let's get to the actual topics. So let me pull up the poll, right? Let's see what the poll says. Oh, wow. So do you agree that Stadia is doing it wrong when it comes to Stadia Pro? And, excuse me, 61% says yes, they're doing it wrong. And 39% says no, they're not doing it wrong. So I end the poll right there. So that's pretty interesting in itself. So let's actually get into these topics. So again, if any of you guys want to join, you could click the link. It'll pull you right in, right? So feel free to join me. Let's get our topics discussed. So you guys let me know. Should we talk about Stadia fighting back? Should we talk about PlayStation blocks Xbox? Should we talk about Tencent plus the Logitech Cloud handheld? So you guys let me know. Whoever brings it up first, we could get into it. But let me know. I'll wait, and we could get into it. I don't know too much about the Tencent thing. A lot of people throw around the word Tencent, being that it's a gaming company and that they have some of the largest market. Oh, there we go. Talking about Tencent. All right. Let me see. Everything in gaming is preference or subjective when you can only speak for yourself. I agree. This should be on a t-shirt, bro. This should be on a t-shirt, Ellis. Tencent. All right, we'll talk about Tencent. People want it to be Game Pass or PS Plus so bad, but it doesn't have that pedigree. Yeah, definitely. I agree, Sean. It's just not around long enough. It doesn't have the player base for Google to go after the super big games. So, you know, people got to pump the brakes, right? So let's pull up the article with Tencent. And I think the reason why this is a pretty good article is because in my Discord, if you guys don't know, check out my Discord. Recently, there's so much talk about, yeah, let me just pull up this right here. There's so much talk about, and from Mr. Urban World, from handhelds, right? Because of the success of the Steam Deck, that there's a bunch of new handheld PCs coming out, right? So this morning, I think Bruce I think FCAT put this in the Discord. You guys should check out the Discord too, by the way. We have a lot of fun in the Discord. We talk about a lot of gaming and a lot of different stuff as well. But he put this out in Logitech. Now, we've all heard of Logitech. My camera that you guys see me on right now, my webcam is made by Logitech. So Logitech isn't a small company, right? They said, we're thrilled to announce an official partnership with Tencent Games to bring a cloud gaming handheld to the market later this year that will support multiple cloud gaming services. Be the first to learn more by registering for development updates. So Logitech with Tencent Games. Now, Tencent Games, and if you click on it, it just pretty much allows you to register, which I clicked on it, but it didn't show. So if you click on it, it just allows you to register. Now, here's the thing. Tencent Games is behind a lot. So I'm actually going to pull it up myself because I don't know too much about Tencent. And when everybody go crazy over Tencent and how Tencent has such a large market. Let me see. Tencent Games. Let's do that. But I believe they're behind Grand Theft Auto, right? So let's see. They're behind a lot that I don't know of. So if you guys know a little bit, you want to throw out some stuff in there, let me know. Because I am very wet behind the ear when it comes to Tencent. Let me see. I'm going to look up this thing on Tencent. I always hear people go on and on about Tencent. And I'm like, really? Let's see. Trying to find some stuff on it. Let's see if you guys pulled up some stuff yet. But I think those are two large companies working together. Let me see. I can't wait until Alienware drops their handheld. Okay. I think it was Holtz. Okay, maybe it was Holtz. Webcat. I'm really waiting for the Loki handheld. Okay. Let's see. Tencent owns your soul. Oh man, anything touching Asia has to go through Tencent. Oh, okay. That's crazy, right? That's why they always say it's so massive. MC Geek to Sneak, if you were in our Discord, you could have had hour-long discussions with us about the Loki. Yeah, they definitely was going in about that. Let me see. I talked about it for a week straight. Yes, he did. Tencent is working on a cloud platform. So that's the thing. A lot of people say if Tencent get into the cloud gaming, it's going to be a very major competitor because they could just take all of their games and put it through the cloud. But I want actually like to pull up stuff with Tencent, right? I thought the Alienware handheld was a concept only. Yeah, Holtz posted the link. Okay, fair enough. Oh wow, yeah, it definitely was going in about a bunch of the different ones. Tencent is like Embracer; they own IPs and do multi-plat games, and no, they're not behind GTA. Okay, thanks, I appreciate that. For some reason, I thought people always brought that up when they brought up Rockstar, but so I was wrong. Thanks. I definitely would have joined. Hey, you could always join the Discord whenever, man. Just click on any of my videos. The link for the Discord is there. Let me see. Mr. Urban World, which one? Post just came in, but I believe they are talking about the link you posted about. Yeah, we're talking to. So, Holtz, you're very well versed on this more than anybody. Holtz, if you got free time, jump in here. We're kind of talking about Tencent making doing a partnership with Logitech to make a cloud gaming handheld. So if you could jump in, or anybody who have more knowledge on Tencent, I'm trying to pull up some info on Tencent. I'm looking at Tencent Wikipedia. Tencent is the world's largest video game vendor, as well as one of the most financially valuable companies. It is among the largest socially. Let me try to pull this up. This one, like, you click on it, and then it don't take you to what you were reading. Okay, so let's read this part. Tencent is the world's largest video game vendor, as well as one of the most financial valuable companies. It is among the largest social media venture capital and investment corporations. Its services include social networks, music, web portals, e-commerce, mobile games, internet services, payment systems, smartphones, and multiplayer online games. It operates the instant messengers Tencent, QQ, and WeChat, and QQ.com. It also owns Tencent Music. Man, that's crazy. The company surpassed a market value of US 500 billion in 2018, becoming the first Asian technological company to cross this mark. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else just about the money, but that does sound pretty crazy. Let me see the history, products and services. Let's look that up. All right. They sound massive. Well, I want to hear like games, right? Like, can we see actual games? Oh, so look at studios. So Tencent publishes video games via its Tencent Games divisions of Tencent Interactive Entertainment and holds many investments in domestics and since the 2010s foreign game companies. It has 5 internal studio groups: TIMI Studio Group, Lightspeed Studios, Aurora Studio Group, More Fun Studio, and Next Studio. Foreign investments: Funcom, let me see, Digital Extreme, Splash Damages, Riot Games, Shuck Mob, Sumo Group, Turtle Rock Studios, Wake Up Interactive, Valhalla Game Studios, Influxion Groups, Fulcrum Games, Supercell, Grinding Gear Games, Epic Games, Pocket Games, CLTD, Don't Nod, Lubber Team, Marvelous Mode, Netmarble, Keiko, Krafton, Frontier Developments, Katakoa Corporation, Ubisoft, Paradox Interactive, Remedy Entertainment, Fatsu Shark, Miniclip, Tequila Works, Cloy Entertainment, 10 Chambers Collective, Yogurt Development, Voodoo, Bohemian Interactive, Payload Studios, Patronics Games, Riffraffree Games, Offworld Industries, Discord, Roblox Corporation, Lockwood Publishing, Platinum Games, Aiming, Nirvana. That's crazy. So, guys, that's a lot. We've all heard a bunch of the ones I just read. So, I think when people bring up Tencent, they're always like, oh, all the deals they could get, they will close things out. I guess that's why people always say that. So, let me get back to the thing. Let's see. Let me see. All right. So Holt said, I love the ideal on Tencent and Logitech. I mean, anything that you could kind of stand behind and say, hey, might be a big deal. I think that's pretty cool. Sean said, in the handheld market, everyone taking L's to stay competitive. Yeah, I think people are just throwing stuff out. So we have to see how good these things become. But I think Steam Deck got a good foothold, though. Discord has lots of crazy conversations, and the bonus is the disagreements between Bruce Campbell and I. Yeah, I think you guys are pretty crazy. But it's a $10 free to see our. Definitely, you guys got to pay $10 to join Discord. Yo, he said, Brewster said, I'll just smile and say peace. All right, let me see. Take Two is GTA. Okay. Thank you very much for that. Guys, like I always said, I don't know everything, so it's good if you guys could join in and actually add some light on some of these things we talk about. Though I don't see the post in a cloud-only device unless it would. Oh, sorry. Don't see the points in a cloud-only device unless it was bundled with a movie data, or subscription like Xbox All Access. I don't know. I think there's some people who only play cloud, right? So if you had this perfect device, so here's the thing I think is good too, right? If you have this device that is cloud only, then I think once you start working with hardware, let's say you want to put disk in there and downloads, right? You have to make sure it could actually do all that, right? And next year, something's going to be more better, right? Or more faster, the internals. But if something you had to get something powerful enough to allow you to simply stream to it, I think that'd be pretty good, right? They earn a % of everything. Damn, that's crazy. But they just pretty much have to get deals. But I think if they're that powerful with everything, then it sounds like they should be able to do a lot of deals. Tencent is why people hate Epic Games. Now, I think in our Discord, Bruce had something interesting about Tencent as well, if he would like to share. Let me see. Mr. Orwell said, I'm not interested in Tencent handheld at all. That's because you're interested in the other ones, Tencent owns PUBG Mobile, League of Legends. Okay. Ella said a lot of those, they don't own, just stake in the company, so they getting money. Yeah. So that's what the thing said. It said invest. Let me see. Holt said, love Epic Store as they at times give the great free games. Good point. And FCAT said, didn't they used to have Crystal Dynamics? Don't know. They own Pokemon Unit or Pokemon Unite. Let me see. Mr. Urban said Valve loses money on Steam Deck, but recoups with Steam purchases. Okay. And he said, can't say the same for these Chinese branded handhelds, but hey, I'm buying. Hey, fair enough. Yo, Paul is in the building. Give Paul some credit. This guy has been beating me in the WWE game, but I have been practicing, so it's only a matter of time before I put my boot on the back of his neck. Let me see. Paul said that cloud gaming device seems totally pointless. Okay, fair enough. And he said, I bet Tencent's handheld will be $299. You'd be better off buying the AndNow gaming PC handheld that does physically to end cloud. We just got to see. You know, that's the thing. We got to see. It's not out yet, so we just don't know. So we got to see. But if they have deals to do, if they could use their deals to give us some type of benefit, then that'd be pretty cool. Mr. Overall isn't Aya and whatever the same. And he said, nope. He said, hopes the AYN is the cheaper alternative to the AYA. Okay, he knows his stuff. He said, two separate companies. Yo, Windstar is in the building. He said, Neo Air Pro. And Hope said, Mr. Urban World meant same, country manufacturer. Okay, gotcha. And Sean said, 10 cent down have to buy up everything. It's like they own a percentage of Coke and Pepsi. Oh, wow. No need to buy all of one company. So that is a good point, right? Why take over one thing, right? When you could just be a part of everything. That makes sense. That's powerful. They may have the same factory creating their handhelds, but they are competitors. Okay. Fair enough. And Holt said, Windstar, the AYA Neo Air Pro looks so good, though, from my shiny object syndrome. That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. All right, cool. So, oh, snap. Holtz, look what just came in. Just in. Baked ziti. Look at it, Holtz. I'm going to take the first bite for you, man. It's hot. And a piece of garlic bread. Good stuff. My wife takes care of me. All right. It makes some space for my food. That's super hot. All right, so let me see. Where were we? Miss Irwin said Cowboy isn't interested in handheld PCs. No, I'm not actually. But they said a handheld cloud gaming console, so that's different, right? But honestly, I got this, and you slap my controller on it, as big as the screen is. Like, hold on, I gotta do it. You know me, guys, right? I don't often actually slap it in my phone when I'm talking about it, but let me do it today. So honestly, look how big this is, right? I'm good. So I'll pull Stadia up, right? So and I don't know if you get these cloud gaming PCs if you could do what I'm doing, right? But check it out. Okay? Check this out. I got Stadia on my screen, if you could see. And, okay, you guys watching? And I have YouTube right here, right? So I can touch YouTube. I can move it around, right? I am playing YouTube right now. Oh, let me pull Stadia back up. Sorry about that. Okay. So Stadia, I could be playing a game and watching YouTube at the same time, right? And I could be on a phone call. So I could do all of this with my phone, which is a 7.6-inch screen and this controller. So for me, it was an investment well worth it. So that's why I'm not too any of these things coming out. I'm covered. But yeah. All right, let's see. Let me see. I'm here for the food, Holt said. Yeah, man. Okay. Guys, I'm doing pretty good with the chat today, right? I'm usually like way off. Let me see. Mr. Orwell said, I'm here because I have nothing better to do with my life. Fair enough. Well, I'm glad you're spending it with us. And I have some good apple soda. Oh, I love apple soda. We had some really good Brazilian apple soda in Miami once. Me and Sandy went to go on a cruise and we stayed in Miami for a couple days. And man, we went to eat at this Brazilian restaurant. Was it Brazilian? I think it was Brazilian. Yeah, it was Brazilian. And it was amazing. Let me see. And we had the same the same apple soda in Mexico. Let me see. Holt said, I've never saw anyone stick a fork in a garlic bread. I just did that so I could show you, man. I didn't want to touch my hand, put on my hands yet. New Humble Choice bundle is out for Holtz. Okay. Mister's laughing. Holt said, yeah, I'll admit the phone is the best cloud device at the moment. Yeah, honestly, because guess what? It just does so much, right? So you really have a reason to have it. So when people are like, oh, I don't see the point of having a cloud console. I don't see the point of having a Stream Deck, a Steam Deck, or this and that. Well, that's my phone. So I'm going to use it every day regardless, right? But I could also use it for a bunch of different things. Man, this is really good. That's really good. I might keep her, you know? All right. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Winstar said, Mr. Barron Plays, I just subbed last month and got this month's. I'm trying to build my Steam library. Okay, fair enough. Sean said, facts. And Purple Haze is in the building. Let's give it up for Purple Haze. Guys, Purple Haze, if you're not watching her channel, you need to be ashamed of yourself and you need to be slapped to your face turned backwards. Guys, did you see the epic interview she did with Ace, formerly of Cloud Gaming Extreme? And I might add, Purple don't hold punches. She also asks the tough questions. She get right down to business. So I personally think you guys need to check out Purple. I admire Purple. I mess with Purple a lot. You know why? Because she can handle it. And that's why she's the Purple Bully. But Purple said, you're doing good with the chat because you're focused to talking with us instead of fighting. Listen, I'm never fighting anybody, but I do like a good back and forth though. Let me see. So but you guys are being good today. That's all. You know, you guys aren't trying to check me and harass me because I didn't bring up Stadia, Purple. The moment I bring up Stadia, I'm gonna have 8,000 comments and everybody's going on and trying to get me to fight them. Let me see. Holt said, Paul, which one are there? Which one is there? There's loads of bundles you're talking about. So they're talking about the Humble Bundle. The Humble Bundle. Let me see. Sean said, my phone is still much better than my SD. Fair enough. Then his Steam Deck is what he's saying. Mr. Irwin said, will the BBC return today? Not the BBC you are interested in seeing, Mr. Irwin. You're gonna have to go on your phone and type in a certain website to find that. The AYN Loki Max seems to be the way to go for me. That's what Geek the Sneak said. He said, I would check out the Humble Bundle later. Okay. And Paul said the sub one holds the standouts this month are Hot Wheels, A Plague's Tale, and The Ascent. Cool. Geek Sneak says, see what we're getting this month. Okay. And Sanchez said, yo, Mr. Urban World, how it goes. And Mr. Urban World, or Holt said, Mr. Urban World, laughing why you asked. And Mr. Urban World said, oh, wow, you're going for the 700 plus model, Geek to Sneak. I'm going for the 489 because I'm mixing it in with emulators, cloud PC, and physical games. Okay, good stuff. And Holtz, hey, this community welcomes everyone. This is true. He's laughing. Sanchez said, was that you, Mr. Urban World, showing Cowboy your hardware? It probably was him. Let me see. Nice one. Paul said, nice one, Winstar. Think I might be right near 400 games on Steam now. Okay. So that's the another thing. People could claim who has the biggest library. Let me see. Mr. Urban said, no, I inherited a SBC, not talking Stadia Bash community. Yo, man, my wife's fish is crazy, right? He start like banging on the little marbles, and then it makes noises, and it's so loud to hear that underwater. It's crazy. I do not have a BBC. And Holt said, Mr. Urban World, of course it does, but I was looking forward to talking about Doctor Who. And Geek Sneaks attracted Mr. Urban World. All right, cool. So now I think we can move on. So do you guys want to talk about PlayStation blocks Xbox? Because I actually have to pull that up. I want to see if I could pull something up on it. If I put in PlayStation, that just probably comes right up. PlayStation, let's see, Activision. Let's just type in PlayStation Activision. And that probably comes right up. Activision. PlayStation Activision. All right, let's see. Microsoft Activision on PlayStation will last past existing agreement. Ooh, see, that's spicy. So somebody put Microsoft Activision on PlayStation will last past existing agreement. Let's see. All right, let me look up different thing. So let me look up Sony Activision. Sony. All right, Sony Activision. Let's see. All right, or I just need to bring it up a little bit, so I don't need like I could go to a nonsense website that's talking trash, just so you guys could get the idea. All right, they're a bit extra. Sony sounds terrified. Wow. All right, we'll pull this one up because it sounds crazy. Because you guys always say I love PlayStation so much. We'll pull this up and make PlayStation look a little bit bad, like they're scared. All right, so let me go throw this in, and we will use this. All right, is there? Let me know if you guys want to talk about Stadia first, or you want to go into this. So let me know. Let me see. Mr. Urban said you should do a video on how to feed fish. Not even joking, and put some good keywords in the description. You might be right. You might be right. Yo, Chat Stadia is in the building. My guy, Rude Diggs, I'm pretty sure. Say hey, it's Rude Diggs. Hope all is well. What's going on, man? And Rude Diggs, you, Holt, you are two people that like to join. If you want to join, you definitely could jump right on in. Just to let you know, the link is in the chat. Let me see. Geek Sneak said, go for it. Sanchez said, yeah, do a fish video, cowboy. I think I might have to now. Have to say the OLED display with 1,000 terabytes. Sorry, no, 1 terabyte. Wow. New Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi 6. New Wi-Fi 6. Wi-Fi 6 isn't new anymore, but USB, Bluetooth makes a good price for spending more. Okay. Let's see. Let me see. Host message you on Discord. Sanchez Gaming. He's the everything man. So yeah, I'll do one. I'll do anything I have interest in doing, you know. Shadow PC has no games. Damn, he riding Shadow hard. Wait, it's not about the size, but the quality, as many are filled with humble. Okay. Let me see. They're not supposed to. Okay. Let me see. Like eating dinner. Okay, got you. All right, thanks, man. I appreciate it. All right, so let's get into this thing. I have Pepper the Pig on Steam. All right, cool. So let me share something else. I almost don't want to use this story because the way they say it, but we'll use it anyway. We'll use it anyway. It's definitely gonna ruffle some feathers if you're a PlayStation fan, but it is what it is. All right, so this says Sony sounds shook by Xbox Activision buyout. Says Call of Duty has no rival. This was a pretty good one too. Let me see. Sony sounds terrified of Xbox unprecedented Activision Blizzard buyout, and it's easy to understand why. While the Japanese giant has historically had its own way in the console business, it now finds itself up against a competitor with unrestricted access to its parent company's $1 trillion deep pockets, and it's unquestionably shook. So here, I want to find where Sony actually makes their statement. I wonder if they actually added that, or was they just trash talk? Sony actually came out and they said that they feel that the deal isn't good because it will force gamers to choose Microsoft to buy their platform for, because they would pretty much be in control of Call of Duty. And they said Call of Duty is such a powerful game that there isn't any other company, even if they had the money, to be able to develop a game that could rival with Call of Duty. And that's super powerful. So let me see. Sony also pointed out that Activision Blizzard continues to recruit for Call of Duty and is looking to expand the series. Already significant workforce, further lessening any chance of the rival emerging. No, I want the actual thing what Sony said. Let me see. Let me find it. All right, let me just find it. Sony says Activision deal. Let's just do that. Let's see. Let me just look up, try to find something. All right, this might be good. I want to actually read what Sony said. It says, along with other companies such as Ubisoft, Amazon, and Google, Sony responses to several questions about the proposed acquisition has been has been published in the full by Brazilian government. All right. Let's see. So he went on to explain. So it's like no one here. This might be a little bit better. This might have a little bit more detail. And I'll actually get to the chat. Let me pull this up and then we get to the chat. Hey, hold on. All right, let's share this right here, and then we will get to the chat. All right, let me see. Actually, my food is getting cold, so I'm a fast eater, by the way. I wish some of you was on here. They could talk for me. All right. Let's see. So everyone talking to him. Okay. Let's see the Peppa Pig. Paul said PlayStation acting straight spooky with this behavior, acting like they don't hold games off of the consoles themselves. Okay. I hear you on that, Paul. Sony was crying in their own words. Okay. If Sony was terrified, we would have heard more from them. This whole situation has been taken out of context. I agree. But as gamers, that's what we do, right? Nintendo is ahead of Sony and Microsoft. Okay. Nintendo's big success is niche. You just can't duplicate what Nintendo has. Let me see. At Sanchez Gaming, you never reply on Cowboy Discord comments, okay? I'll admit, I always seem to accidentally hit the wrong name. Okay? Call it do. Purple, have you played chess lately? Okay. Okay, we're keeping RPGs and fighting games exclusive to the platform. Make no sense. Make it make sense. Gotta love that. Okay. Wasn't expecting to read everything or read every day. LOL. Figure maybe once a month. I do tactics every day. Fun fact: Queen Gambit is Purple A's origin story. Okay. It's been a while. All right, let me see. Geek, I don't make sense, but ponies will try. Pony logic is the backwards thing. I think soon as we start hearing pony and bots, that's when everything goes out the window. Let me see. Chastain said purple maybe without the darkness and just the chess skills. Okay. Let you guys talk about your chess. Let me see. I miss the old cowboy who would argue with everyone. I think he's ready to retire or move to Florida. I just like to have discussions. I don't even want to argue, man. It's different when you buy a whole publisher. Nintendo got that family market cornered. Yeah, I mean, Nintendo is killing it, man. The old cowboy who threatened to baptize me. This is true. I did do that. If you duplicate, okay, it's fair enough. Did anyone buy the PlayStation TV back in? My friend had one. Yep. See, mention Discord. Man, Mr. Irma always swerves us off topic. Half the time I spend reading all the stuff that Mr. Urban World swerves off topic. It's okay to money hat and keep away from gamers when it comes to PlayStation, but when someone else decides to do it, they're crying, writing senators and death threats. Damn, death threats. Well, just know fans do that. So this is the thing. When you say the ponies, you're talking about individual people, individuals who do crazy stuff. All right, so let's look at this, right? Let me see. 19 each, I mean. All right, that was the last thing. All right, so Sony says it believes Xbox owning Call of Duty could influence users' console choice, right? So they did say that, right? Sony believes Call of Duty could inspire users to switch to Xbox following Microsoft proposed acquisition of Activision Blizzard. So here's what I'll say. I do agree that Call of Duty is probably one of the most popular games, right? And this is pretty good. You did give me a lot, and that thing is so cold in here. My food is getting colder than I can eat, but it is what it is. So I do agree that Call of Duty is one of the most popular games, the series, right? Period, right? It might just be the most popular game, right? And you're going to have a lot of people say, I don't play Call of Duty. Don't play Call of Duty. I don't play it either. But damn it, I know about it. I've heard of it, right? Cool. So, I see what they're saying, right? And I just think it's business, right? If you have fear that the most popular game might possibly be an exclusive, hey, cry, complain, do what you got to do, right? Because here's the thing. Eve Ellis is saying Sony does this and does that and keep this and keep that. Yes, Sony has kept God of War because it's made by Sony. Sony got Insomniac making Spider-Man, Wolverine, blah, blah, blah. But if you look at the sales of a Spider-Man, Wolverine, Last of Us, God of War, anything Uncharted that's only Sony, it can't strike a match to a Call of Duty. So you have to remember that, right? It's business, and Call of Duty is a massive franchise. I think they said something like it was the best-selling game for like 13 years straight, something ridiculous, right? Something crazy. So I get where it's business, and I get why they would cry and they would do everything they can to stop it, because it's going to be bad for them, right? Because even though Microsoft came out and said that they still want Call of Duty to be on everything, but they have to play nice in order for the deal to go through. Now, if the deal go through and some years later, maybe they don't have to play nice, and if they don't play nice, that's bad for everybody. So I get that. Excuse me, I do get that part of, if you want to say they're ponies and they're crying, I get why ponies would cry. If I'm in the business of having a video game platform, and this goes for everybody, Microsoft, Xbox, you name it, right? Anybody who has Call of Duty on their platform. And look at Nintendo, they're doing fine without it, right? But if you have Call of Duty on your platform, and that brings gamers to your platform because they know they could get it because it's a third-party game, right? That just says, hey, my platform has Call of Duty. That's why everybody says Stadia needs Call of Duty, right? If your platform has been known to have Call of Duty and now it doesn't, there's some people, right, who only play Call of Duty, and because gaming is a popularity contest, they think for whatever reason PlayStation is better than Xbox, but the majority of the time they spend on PlayStation is Call of Duty. Trust and believe, I think they're going to sort out trying to play Call of Duty. They're not going to just go to Apex. They're not going to go to something else. They're going to go find Call of Duty. So, PlayStation should be shaking in their boots, if you ask me. So this part is interesting. Along with other companies such as Ubisoft, Amazon, and Google, Sony's response to several questions about the proposed acquisition have been published in full by the Brazilian government. Let me see. Sony's response, transcribed by the VGC, mostly outlines the current state of AAA game development for the Brazilian regulatory. However, which is funny, I didn't realize this was just a Brazilian thing, but it was transcribed. Large portions highlighted in importance to the PlayStation firm puts in Call of Duty, a franchise which it claims influences users' console choice. Let me see. So I just want to get to the actual thing. I wish they just had exactly. According to the 2019 study that I don't care about. I just actually want to read what Sony actually said. I mean, I pretty much spelled it out, right? Sony went to explain how the huge resources Activision puts behind Call of Duty are core reasons why it believes the first-person shooter series is unlikely to be rivaled by a competitor. I think also because it's popular. That's my thing. Each annual Call of Duty release takes around 3 to 5 years to develop, as Activision releases one Call of Duty per year. This equates to an annual investment of hundreds of millions of dollars, it explains. Let me see. Don't care about that. All right, I mean, we all get the idea. Sony was crying that if Call of Duty somehow got taken away and was on Microsoft, it would be hell to pay. Let's see. Oh, was that fish? All right. Anyway, hold up. Wait, let me see something. Let me see. However, it was later claimed that Activision Blizzard is contractually committed to releasing only the next 3 Call of Duty games for PlayStation consoles, including this year's Modern Warfare 2. Oh. The Call of Duty series is regularly among PlayStation's most popular games. Last year, the series was both the first Vanguard and the third Black Ops Cold War best-selling games on PlayStation in the US, according to NPD. Here's NPD. Where's MM2K at? So yeah, I mean, if they only are contractually obligated to make the next 3, yeah, that is pretty scary. Guys, this is really good. Like, really, really good. All right. Let's see. But the FCC won't let me be. Let me see. All right, so I had the opportunity, and here we go with his nonsense. But I get you though. Go pull it up. I definitely bought a Vita. It was dope. My daughter Lena, ex-boyfriend years ago, let me have his Vita because I was into remote play. It just didn't work for me, so I let him have it back. I thought I was gonna be able to play Destiny on it at my old job, but it didn't work. That one is going too deep into being a fanboy. PS killed the Vita too early. Let me see. Most likely, each company responded just like Sony. Yep. Let me see. When do non-compete and non-monopoly laws start to kick in? Microsoft on game industry domination buying streak. So yeah, so we just seen that they said 3 years. Killed by Sony. I only say ponies to the ones who aren't gamers that all enjoy my PlayStation brothers and no purple. They said Sony was the only ones with that response. Okay, I thought it was something about Google and all that, but let me see. Most popular game, grab a gun and kill the other guy with the gun. I feel that's why Nintendo is so popular. It captures the subset of gamers who aren't all about killing each other. Unless you play Smash Brothers, right? Then you go down it from killing each other to beating up each other. Let me see. Top 5 Call of Duty, Top 5 Call of Duty, Madden, NBA 2K, FIFA, and Fortnite. There you go. Call of Duty is in that list. Microsoft has always dominated by buying the companies around them. This is no different from what they've done in the past. So this is true though. I mean, that's what they do, man. That's what these big companies do. Guess what? I don't care. Just bring out the games, because guess what? I got something that says it doesn't matter if it's on PlayStation or Xbox. It doesn't matter if Sony can't no longer get Call of Duty. Oh, let's cry. And now they're making it easier than ever. You don't need that because Microsoft is putting all their games on Game Pass anyway. And you can play it in the cloud or on PC, so you don't even need an Xbox. So there's no fear for me if Sony can't get Call of Duty. I don't play Call of Duty no more anyway. If the FTC is blocking Meta from buying a VR app, they have to at least say something on this, and these surveys help inform their decision making. That's true. And even on the news, man, they're talking about the Activision Blizzard deal is the biggest deal in tech history. Hear me out. They didn't say gaming. They said biggest deal in tech history. It's crazy. Let me see. The reality is what was live to block that or to get language added to that will keep the game multi-plat. Yeah, probably, right? But I don't know. I wonder if it'll go through, man. I know they got to next March, I believe. I want Call of Duty to be taken away from PlayStation consoles. Maybe they bring back Killzone. I don't really care, to be honest. Take it away because then you could just get Game Pass. You don't even need an Xbox. No, they money hack games for decades. So, like you said, it's business deals. With it, buy an Xbox or a PC or a tablet, or get xCloud. There you go. Gamers should just outgrow platforms that divide us, and all games should just be available on publishers' websites through Google Stream Future. I mean, honestly, that wouldn't be bad. And that would simply in the platform. Play the platforms because you have interest in the games. Don't play the platforms because you have, yeah, you know how I said it. All right. But yeah, that's a pretty good point. Let me see. Hold up. Okay, the FCC won't let me purchase Shades of Purple. Hey, man, you better get on that. Did I get this? Yeah, I did get that. Okay. Dax Ellis. We put in an offer for $4 billion for the Shades of Purple. 40 billion. I mean, hopefully you get that. Exclusives. That was you, Mr. Urban. Makes sense. Quaking in your boots. Let me see. Your latest investment has everyone wanting purchase Shades of Purple. Okay. Let me see. What this is going to do is push Sony to buy other developers like Capcom and Ubisoft to create leverage on their side. Yep. Or like Square Enix. Let me see. Mr. Urban, I wouldn't sell as I know that would only hurt the buyer and their streaming career. Okay. Purple Haze, joking aside, I've seen a few YouTuber channels get purchased for a pretty penny, but usually when they revamp, the channels don't do too well. Ooh, I know Purple got something to say about that. I will go into it as well. I'd rather the company create original content like they done. Okay, laughing. Listen, honestly, I'm gonna be all jokes aside. I don't even care. Buy a company, create your own stuff. It doesn't matter to me. I just want the games. See this? I don't care if Ubisoft made the game. I don't care if Sony made the game. I don't care if Microsoft made the game. I don't care if Epic, I don't care. I just want the games to fly. You guys got that? That was pretty good. That was pretty good. I just want the games to fly. So I don't care. I'm getting out of the, oh, it's on PlayStation. Oh, it's on Xbox. Oh, it's a Stadia exclusive. Oh, it's only, I don't care. If the game looks good and I want to play it, chances are I'm going to play the game, and eventually in a couple years, I'm not even playing the game no more. We put so much stock in individual games as if that's the game we're going to play for the rest of our life. You're going to play Fortnite forever. Trust me. In 20 years, we're going to be like, remember that game, Fortnite? Yo, everybody used to play that game at one point in time. Somebody be like, I never liked Fortnite. The game ain't going to be around no more, so who cares? Anyway, who cares who makes the game? Who cares? They care. I don't. Anyway, Purpose said, of course they don't. Mr. Urban World is basically someone paying to be popular. Popular usually frown on that. The buyer comes off as pathetic. No, I do agree though. Video gaming is popularity contest, and you know, if you buy something that's popular, you gotta hope you can keep it popular. Now, if you buy something, let's say a channel, right? If you buy the channel and you could keep everybody on the channel that made it popular, then bravo. But if you buy the channel name, remember, if you just buy the channel name, then you have to be as good as the channel members before you or better. And if you're not, it will show eventually. All right. Let me see. LOL, just okay. Some trailers while you eat. Okay, I'm trying to catch up. You guys are flying here. It happened with that. Let's see. And it's typically Mr. Urban World's always take me off topic. So I got to read through like 30 of his things that has nothing to do with nothing and try to catch up. But he's our resident catfish. He keep us stirring in the tank. Just checked out the channel. They stopped uploading 7 years ago. It's crazy. Vita was dope. Let me see. Okay. Call of Duty is like Tony Hawk and Madden. It's the same game every year. Pretty much. I agree with that. Show me anywhere the other companies said anything about it. Let me see. But you guys are right. If Microsoft does it, it's wrong. We get it. Nah, I think it's business. I'm about business. Throw your money around. Throw your weight around. You know? Do what you got to do. But guys, coming in now to help me out is none other, so I can eat like he did, is my man Rude Diggs from Chat Stadia. What is going on, man?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. Did this thing mess up, or you're personally not on the camera for a reason?
Yeah, I got a little after dinner routine that is best probably not on camera.
Okay, fair enough. Cool. So yeah, man. So what do you have to say? Jump in and chime in, guys. As I talk, I'm gonna go through the comments as best as I can. Actually, let me do this, Rude Diggs. Let me just catch up real quick because I'm almost there. Splatoon 3 hype. Let me see. There was a response to others that answered the survey. Let me see. As a gamer, not a fanboy, we should keep that same energy. I think when we say that, though, that's kind of like a fanboy thing to say, right? Keep the same energy. Bro, it's business. These $1 trillion, $1 billion, $1 million companies, let them do what they want. Like, we can have a perspective and we can have these little debates. That's cool. But honestly, I don't really care because it's their money. And they're going to do what they want to do anyway. And now gaming is being more accessible to more people than ever before, especially when you could play any game on the cloud, right? So, for instance, let's say Sony was doing it, buying Activision. I would want that less because you would really have to shell out a lot of money. If Microsoft get them, they're going to be like, hey, you could play, anybody could play it on Game Pass for $15 a month. And everybody's going to win, right? So I think that's benefit for everybody. So I'm definitely not mad at them. You know, do what you gotta do.
You
Let me
see,
see. I've been
there's
saying.
some rumors about Xbox and xCloud dropping games you can purchase directly from the cloud.
So yeah, so they actually came out and said themselves about a month ago that by the end of the year they're gonna allow you. Now the wording they use though, one, you still gotta have Game Pass, so don't think you can't. Because I thought you didn't need to have it, and actually somebody corrected me. And guys, I'm man enough to admit it. They said no. Read the article. They pointed it out and said, oh, so one, you're gonna have to still have Game Pass, so it won't be like Stadia where you can just buy whatever game you want. You're gonna still have to have Game Pass so you can have access to the cloud. And two, which is cool, you're going to be able to have games that you already bought, but they said select titles, so it won't be everything. So it's cool because we actually covered this. I covered this before and we discussed it. But that's going to be powerful, right? Like that's powerful. That's making it closer to a Stadia. I love Stadia's model. I could either buy a game or I could get a subscription service and play games. That's powerful. But go ahead, Rudigs. Jump on in there, Rudigs. I'm just going to scroll
Yeah,
through.
I'm just upset that Google Stadia was the first to do that kind of model when Xbox and PlayStation were already titans in the space, and those were like all of the titles I wanted to play. Those were all the titles, and there they are. If I could just go to each one of their clouds and buy them up, but Stadia was the one to do that first. Gaming
Yeah, I agree.
without
Now
the
you're saying it
console.
was the one to allow you to purchase a game and play it on the cloud, right?
Yeah, and so that's where I went to game, but because it's the least amount of barriers to gaming.
Yeah. They got a heated thing going on right here. Ellis said, Purple, show me where they responded like PlayStation and I want Call of Duty to be a multiplat, but crying when you do the same thing and have for years in garbage. And that's my opinion. It's getting heated up. Here's my thing, man. I'm just really separating myself from the platforms and these big companies, and I'm just interested in video games. You know, and for a long time I was a fan of the platform first, and I just wanted my friends to play and we all be in the same platform. But I'm just like, listen, just bring me the games. I don't care who brings the game, right? Now I get it though, money wise, sometimes it's easier to just be in one ecosystem. I always felt that. Like, let's say I seen your comment about the $600 console or play $600, right? So before I was like, listen, I'm gonna buy just one, right? I'll spend the money out for just one, and I gotta find the one that will have majority of the games I want, right? And then if the other came out with a game I liked, then I just was SOL. But now I'm just like, dude, bring it on whatever. And I want to play it whenever, especially that Xbox is allowing you to just play their games on a subscription service. That's so powerful for me. And I would love Resistance to come back as well. But go ahead, Rudigs, jump in here, man.
The only thing personally is that, I mean, I don't know if maybe I'm missing out, but Xbox doesn't
Okay.
have any big bangers that I want to go play. It's almost like PlayStation has the games that, in my mind, have been out of reach, like Returnal or God of War or like some of these big PlayStation exclusives. And yeah, it just sucks that they're locked away behind, or else I'd be on xCloud playing some Xbox
Yeah.
exclusives. But what are some big Xbox exclusives? Like, what's drawing everybody there?
So if you're an Xbox fan, I think this is great for you, right? Because one, it's not even that what Xbox exclusives is there, it's that Xbox said all of their exclusive will be on Game Pass. So let's just back up a little bit. Imagine a statement of you're making, right? Hey, I don't see anything I'm interested in. That's fine. I think what's powerful is them saying all Xbox exclusive will be on there. So now you're like, wait, all? So that means it doesn't matter what's on there currently. It's that down the road, you might be like, oh, that E3 came out and that game looked really cool. And guess what? That's an Xbox exclusive. You're like, damn, wait, that's going to be on there? Oh, yes, it's going to be on there because that's the statement they made. So if they own Call of Duty, guess what? It's now Xbox exclusive. It's going to be on Game Pass. So I think that's powerful. But if you break down, okay, well, what game do I care about? Well, there's people who like Halo Infinite. That's on there. That came out the end of last year, and you didn't have to spend a dime besides paying your monthly fee. That was on there. There's Forza Horizon. That was a $60 game. That was included. There's when Starfield come out, it'll be included. when the Xbox stream they had, the showcase, showed 40 games, and 39 of the 40 games will be on xCloud day and date. That's powerful. Now, if you look at all of them and say, I don't like any of them, then it doesn't matter. So that's the thing. But I'm with you. Reason why I chose to buy a PlayStation, not an Xbox, because it looks like more PlayStation games I would be more interested in than the games I've seen that was coming out for Xbox. And PlayStation had games that like Nintendo. If you like Mario, damn it, get a Nintendo's console because they're coming out with another Mario, right? They're going to come out with another Yoshi. They're going to come out with another, whatever, right? So I liked PlayStation because I liked The Last of Us. I liked God of War. I like Uncharted. So when those games come out, I know they'll be on PlayStation, right? So that's just how I can explain it. But to know that here's another caveat of Game Pass, right? No one else does this but Game Pass. They're bringing out day and date exclusives, and they're also bringing out day and date third-party games, right? So just like PlayStation, let's say I'll say Ninja Turtles, right? Perfect. Ninja Turtle Shredder's Revenge. A lot of people was like, whoa, it was a $30 game, right? Look how many people bought that game. That game sold like crazy. But guess what? I had Game Pass, and I got to play that game for the low price of $15.99 a month, right? Well, I actually had a $1 deal for 3 months, but regardless, if I spent regular price, I got to play that game. That was a day and date game that if I was on PlayStation only, I had to spend $30 for. So I think that stuff is important because it is saving you money. So I had to throw that out there. Sorry for the long answer, but I think it was impactful to throw that out there because it's fair,
Yeah, Fortnite's gonna outlive us all.
It might. I don't care what games come because I actually have all the consoles. I just want people to keep the same energy. I hear you. Also to the Gamefly thing. So yes, I don't have a game. Here's the thing that's cool with Gamefly, right? I don't currently own an Xbox console because I did let my friend have it, right? But guess what? I got Game Pass and I could cancel and get it whenever I want. And I'm going to be able to get the Xbox exclusive on my laptop or my phone via xCloud. So this will allow me to get the PlayStation games that they won't allow you to get on a subscription service. So by me having a Gamefly, I'm cornering the market because I'm able to play the Xbox games if I wanted to on xCloud. I'm able to play my Stadia games because I still have Stadia. I'm able to play a PlayStation game because I got Gamefly, right? If I don't want to pay for it. So I just chose, like somebody asked me, say, hey, my friend want to know, should I buy a PlayStation 5 or should I buy an Xbox Series X? I was like, get a PlayStation 5. So some people was like, why do that? I said, because Xbox is allowing you to play their games and not need a console. So if you was going to only spend money on one, this is how you beat the system. You buy your PlayStation and you get xCloud. And there you go. Now you can get games on this and games on that. And you corner the market. But anyway.
And what is that you're holding up? That's Gamefly?
Oh, yeah. So Gamefly is a subscription service that only send discs, right? So right now I currently have Sifu, which is I think it's right now it's only on PlayStation and PC. So I get this in the mail, but it comes in the mail though, right? So to be honest, so here's the only gripe I have is it comes in the mail. But it services Xbox, PlayStation, anything that's disc. You could just get it in the mail. You pay $15 a month and you get a game, you play it, you beat it, you don't like it, you don't care, you send it right back. The moment the postal service receives it, they have it back and they send out your next one. You could even do a thing called Game Lock and get a game day and date, but you could only do it once every 30 days. So essentially you could do it for once every month. So for me, it's amazing because it allows me to play all these games people cry over and salivate and say is amazing. And I'm like, I don't want to spend money on it, but I'll Gamefly it. And if I don't like it, I'll send it back. I won't even beat it. If I want to beat it, I'll keep it longer. If I like it that much, I could buy it from Gamefly and you save a lot of money. Like for instance, my friend want to get this game called DNF Duel. So the game is a $40 game, right? No, it's a $50 game. But on Gamefly, it's only $39.99 if you hit the keep button, if you rented it. And you get coupons. Like I got $5 off coupons. I got 10% off coupons. So it's pretty cool.
All right, nice. Yeah, I'm looking it up. It's not available in Canada though.
Rats. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's a good idea. Let me see.
So as a cloud gamer,
Mhm.
what is the Xbox deal? Do I have to get this thing called Game Pass and I have to subscribe to xCloud, or is let me know.
Okay, so there's different tiers of Game Pass. You could get just Game Pass, and it's a little cheaper, and you could only download things to your console, right? Or yeah, you can only download things to your console, right? You can get Game Pass PC, and you could only have games on your PC. You can get Game Pass Ultimate, that's on your for your console, PC, and the cloud. It's just like PlayStation Plus Premium. They only allow you to get the cloud in the most expensive tier. But if you get Game Pass Ultimate, then you have xCloud, and you could have it. It's just like Stadia. I don't need to explain that because it's just like Stadia. You can have it on your phone. You can play it through a web browser. It's just like Stadia. But
that's a pretty
unlike
penny.
Stadia allows you to purchase an individual game. Game Pass is like, xCloud is like Stadia Pro. However, they also get day and date brand new titles. So their library is, this is subjective, but for me, I think their library now currently is a little sought after more than Stadia. Now, months ago, Stadia for me, I felt had the better library because they was getting day and date brand new titles and AAA titles. So for me, I was like, I'm not only, Game Pass or xCloud, you can only play the games that's in that subscription service. So let's say a game like Marvel Avengers come out and it's not in that subscription service, Stadia, I could actually buy it and I'm good. Game Pass or xCloud, you're like, well, that's all I got. So it's comparable to Stadia Pro, but a billion times better.
Okay. Sorry. And they're only charging, I guess, $7 more here. That's an interesting fact.
Real quick, I was also with you, Purple. You said it, not me, but that's where I was with. Purple said I'm talking about the games, and now your mama knows I'm talking about Duncan buying the channel. No, I'm with you. So this probably before I started talking and I elaborated more, but I was with you. So me, I don't shy from anything. So I think Ace and the crew did an amazing job with CGX, right? Cloud Gaming Extreme. Duncan decided to purchase it from them. Well, they put the offer out there, right? So, I could say it. He offered it to me as well, right? But I said no. And Now Your Mama Knows is my brand, right? And I can't run two things. Now, was it cool hearing that it was like 15,000 subscribers? Yes, but unless I could change it to my brand, that I'm not running that brand because it's not mine, right? So I take my little 1,600 subscribers, but I'm working with what I created, right? So I get it to be able to say, hey, I could take CGX and run with it because it has 15,000 subscribers. That's amazing. But if you can't run with it like Ace and the crew, then it might be a little hard. But I think he's doing his thing. He said himself that he lost some subscribers, but he's doing his thing. We just have to see if he could continue to keep it up and it be as good as what it previously was. That's all. And even Ace on this very show, I said, what would you rate it? A, B, or C, or D? How do you think they're doing? He gave it a C. So he was being real, But he said, they got a lot to keep going at. So, yeah. But go ahead, Rude Diggs, as I look through the chat and want to comment on things.
Oh, no, I just, to be honest, I tried to get into cloud gaming world and all of that. I've not heard of Cloud Gaming Extreme, and maybe that's just my ignorance to it. But I'm looking it up now.
Yep.
And you go to their webpage and it just says Shadow PC. I don't know. Is their webpage not up and running?
I guess. I have no clue, but we're mainly talking about their YouTube channel.
Yeah, their YouTube channel.
Yeah,
okay,
if you go to YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what he's
yeah.
going over.
So on YouTube, it was one of probably the second biggest cloud channel, right next to Sunny, right? And so every Saturday they would host the Cloud Gaming Extreme podcast. I mean, everybody watched it, everybody wanted to be on it. I was a guest on there a couple times. Purple was a guest on there. I mean, it was just the who was on there. And what they did is they would discuss every platform. So they might start with Luna, then they went down the list, Stadia, and they discussed everything that happened within that week for that specific platform. And they didn't merge them. They would talk about one, and then they would talk about the next. Then they talk about the next. And once they went through all of them, the show ended, or they gave their final thoughts. It was a pretty cool format. And I thought it was pretty cool, and people loved it. You know, people loved it and hated it. You know.
And so is that still going, that format?
No, they actually when Ace stopped doing it and Duncan took over in the crew, they stopped. That's one thing they didn't bring back. And I even said to myself, I had said to him myself, bro, you guys got to bring that back. That was great, and it was on Saturdays, which was hard for the old crew, but they did it for years, and that was amazing. It was great. I mean, I would tune in even if I missed that Saturday. Damn sure I was watching it back. Like every week I tuned in. It was a great format. It was something pretty cool. You know, I would love to do something like that, but I'm not as well versed. Those guys took pride into learning about each platform, and I don't spend too much time. I don't know much about Luna. I love bringing up my topics where I don't know much about, but it's not talking about the whole platform so that you guys could inform me and others, right? So and my new format that I found fun is to pick 3 topics, we talk about them, and then we just go from there. You know, but
Yeah, I kind of like that flow where you just kind of talk about what you feel like. I feel like when you go after those bigger scopes, you're really just getting into work that's more like you're working instead of doing something that's, this I do this because it's a
yeah,
passion project. I hop on
yeah,
here because I
man.
want to just chill and chat with you.
Yeah,
So
definitely. Like when you guys just start off the show and talk about, Destiny, you could tell you guys are fans of it and you're just having a chat, And so for me, I don't have to chase every story. I don't have to get caught up with knowing everything, right? I'm big on the word interest. You guys hear me say it all the time. So for me, I like to do things I'm interested in. If I did that format, then that means I have to go out my way and learn about Luna and learn about GFN and learn about stuff that I had no interest in. But that's what was amazing about them, because you would actually, every show you might learn something you didn't know.
yeah, they were giving you value.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Also want to comment, I think Ryan or somebody said, so my Game Pass doesn't cover Xbox. So it still does, but I don't really need it for that. So I could rent the most amount of games just for PlayStation if I'm not worrying about getting games from Xbox, because Xbox allowed me to play the games if I wanted to on their subscription service, which is xCloud, which is kind of cool. But anyway, we might as well get into the next topic, which we're kind of was getting a little into it anyways. So I want to pull up. Let me take this down. Next topic is Stadia fights back, and I think this was pretty cool. And I think sometimes Stadia gets a lot of flack because they don't speak up. And I do agree, but sometimes I feel like when you say something, anytime you speak up, now you allow more people to scrutinize you. So I think sometimes Stadia just don't say anything so that they don't have to explain things, right? Because sometimes you could put your foot in your mouth. So let's bring this up. And I know they said some other stuff, but I thought this was really cool. So what I'm talking about is the infamous, everybody heard of it by now. The guy said a friend of mine's at Google said that he's like an executive, and he said Stadia is going to close by the end of the summer. And if you guys want more info, let me know, and I will go back to him and find out. So I shot it down on my channel, even though there was an individual who got on my case. Why did you share that? And I'm like, well, first of all, if you watch this, you would know that I actually did the stream saying that it's BS and it's fake, and I actually didn't even want to cover it, but FCAT said, oh, you should cover it. So anyway, but Stadia fired back, and I love the clever way they fired back. So let's share it. So this is pretty cool. Stadia put a tweet out and they said a old co-worker of mine is now one of the social managers for Google. So they're being playful because they're trying to be funny. They had a pretty large seminar in California this past weekend, and long story short, you now can play Wavetail at no additional cost on Stadia Pro until August 1st. So I thought that was clever. They were firing back. Now, there's another article where they actually came out and said, no, Stadia is not shutting down. But I need Stadia to do this more, right? When people trash talk Stadia and say nonsense, I love that they actually publicly come out, because I think some people, it's good to see, because here's what happened with me in the Business Insider, right? Stadia put out, or the Business Insider article said Stadia was winding down. They wasn't going after AAA games. I went out right away and said, listen, if Stadia isn't going after AAA games, then I'm done, right? I said that straight up the same day the article came out, because I love my AAA games. And if you're just going to say you're not doing it, but I said this, I need to see Stadia respond. So Stadia didn't say they wasn't. They just came out and said on Twitter, if you believe anything, believe that we're still bringing games to the service. The proof is in the playing. So I was like, I mean, they responded. That was good enough for me. But over time, it almost seemed like that was the case, because I wasn't seeing AAA games. Thus led me to say, okay, I'm just going to buy a PlayStation 5 so I could get AAA games. Had Stadia came out and said, no, we're still going after AAA games, I'd have been like, all right, cool. That's what they said, right? Now, I would have still felt like, well, months went by and they didn't, but still I would have had their word that they are. That doesn't mean they're going after every AAA game, but they would have at least made the statement. And I like to stand on a statement, right? But this is cool because, one, they're having fun with it, right? Trying to be funny, right? Like the people did. And they responded. But if you guys know exactly, there's another thing Stadia came out with, which I'm sorry, I should have had that up the show. But I think that's cool, man. Stadia's fighting back. What do you have to say about that?
Hey, I'm just setting up here. There we go.
Mhm.
Back on. Hey.
There we go.
In my opinion, I think it's great that Stadia was able to do this. You know that she had to get permission from somewhere to drop
Oh,
this
yeah.
kind of tweet. I mean, there's a lot of back talk in this tweet, but I mean, where did this even come from in the end? Like, I think it's a great move by Stadia. Fight back for sure.
Mhm.
And then maybe they should have hit up with, like, here's AAA games coming. Saints Row, FIFA, Avatar, like, just start naming off all these games that are coming off, because there
I
are
would have.
AAA games in the
Yep,
pipeline.
that's true. Let me see. It's been a minute since you played on Xbox for more than 30 minutes. Hold on, let me see. That thing is waiting for more than 30 minutes. LOL. Yeah, honestly, I haven't played my xCloud in a while. That is true. So I haven't played it. But I'm about the games. If there's a game I like, I'll play it. I haven't played PlayStation Plus Premium in a while either. I can say that too. I play more Stadia, and I've been playing more. Actually, honestly, I've been playing my WWE 2K. I've been playing that lately because I haven't played it that much, and Paul's been whooping me at it. So now I'm trying to play it to get better. So
Yeah,
like
and I almost feel like people didn't do enough investigation when it came to this post. Like, where did it come from? Who put this out
Exactly.
first? Wasn't there supposed to be a follow-up to this supposed phone call? I guess
Yeah,
that never existed or
exactly.
came up anywhere. Like, it just seems like really odd, all of it.
So here's my thing. It just don't make sense. Who will believe it? Here's what's sad. Some of the mainstream media, they was putting articles out there, and I feel like, what's sad is, number one, if you leak something, the first thing a leaker, rule number one, you're not going to leak your source, right? So by him saying, oh, my friend works at Google, and he put out the position. You know how quick Google could be like, well, let's just scroll through all these positions. Maybe even if it's 30 people, you could narrow it down to somebody getting fired, right? So that just didn't make no sense right there. And you're never going to leak something and be like, I'm going to say my friend's position and I'm going to ask some questions and answer. I'll be back tomorrow. Like, get out of here.
End of friendship, first of all.
Yeah, right?
Like, you don't want to be that guy's friend anymore. He's just going out spilling company secrets.
Oh yeah, we're done. Yeah, right. But yeah, it didn't make sense, and I am happy. And I'm trying to get through the chat, guys. At least want to pull your stuff up. If I see something, we want to discuss, I'll bring it up. Rude Diggs, if you see anything too in the chat, anybody said anything you want to discuss it. Nix, what's going on? Thanks for joining. By the way, actually, let me read one of your comments because you just popped in, and I never noticed you watching. So thank you for watching. If it's your first time as well. And it says, do you think Microsoft will will corner the market by making Call of Duty series Activision to Xbox, or do you think they will still allow Call of Duty to be on multi-platform? So they actually answered this question. Microsoft came out and said that they will still allow Call of Duty to be on multi-platforms, right? But that was months ago when this first came up. So the article I just read today said they're actually only obligated for the next 3 Call of Duty games, including the one that just came out. So to answer your question, I guess if it goes through, they have to for 3 games, but after that, they don't. Now, as far as corner to market, no, because then what about Nintendo? Nintendo doesn't have Call of Duty, and Nintendo is doing very fine. So I don't think they'll corner the market, but I think some PlayStation fans will definitely buy an Xbox or do what I said, right? There'll just be a lot more people subscribing to Game Pass, to be honest with you. So let's see. Let me see. I actually don't think Call of Duty being exclusive to Microsoft has anything to do with Microsoft buying Call of Duty. Okay. I would definitely disagree with that. If you think one of the biggest games in history isn't part of them trying to buy that company, then come on now. Come on. That got to be part of it, right? It definitely got to be part of it. If you ask me, I think everything they're doing is power moves to supply Game Pass with more games. So you buy Activision Blizzard, which makes a plethora of games. Now you could add those games in Game Pass, and you could give game like when Rudig said, "Well, I don't see what games I even want to play." Well, if you get Activision Blizzard and throw all their games in there, man, there's gonna be so many more people. There's gonna be so many people that's gonna be like, "Oh, they definitely got games that I want to play."
Yeah, I mean, if
Game.
I see Starfield, if I see Call of Duty, and my
Mm-hmm.
buddies are playing it as well, and I want to hop in, and it's easy as the cloud, there's no choice. Like, why wouldn't I just sign up to play with them?
Yeah, and for $15 a month, why not? Right? You might join that month just to play with your friends and then cancel. You know?
Yeah, but knowing me, they'll get me. I'll go look for other things in the catalog,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how they'll hook me. They'll get me with one of the big games. So, I mean,
And
if
and
they
here,
can do it, all the power to them.
oh yeah, listen. If you pay money for something and you get value out of it, no harm, no foul, right? I think when we get territorial and we say like, "Oh, I don't want Xbox to get Call of Duty because PlayStation won't have it." Listen, if they got the money to buy it and the government said that's fine, then it is what it is, right? But they're going to put it on a platform that anybody can have access to because you could play xCloud on your phone. You could play Game Pass if you had an old Xbox or if you had a PC. So I think that's fair,
I mean,
if they
wasn't
got
that
it.
our hope for Stadia in the long
That-
term? Like when we saw that
Yep,
day one, weren't we like, okay, now anything's possible if they're throwing all of these huge publishers day one into
yep,
Stadia 2019? I mean, in 2022, we were thinking we were going to have everything. So,
yeah, yeah, we did. But it's
yeah.
all good. But about Stadia fighting back, and I know I'm getting to the bottom, and where you guys, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. You guys was going on about this, which was awesome. Let's see. I'm just kind of pulling up the comments as I sift through them. Oh, Rock is in the building. What's going on, Rock? Let's give a shout for Rock, and
Hey,
also for
Rock.
Nick. Definitely was a great show earlier, Rock. Let's see, guys. If you're not checking out Rock, man, you definitely got to check him out. Let me see. So, Geek the Sneak said, I find Duncan to be rather boring. I have no beefs or nothing. Just saying, I watched for Ace. No, so I did also watch for Ace. I even used to watch Ace used to do a Wednesday thing where he would do Q&A. So he would answer any questions you had about cloud gaming. And he did that on his lunch break on Wednesdays. And I watched that because it's something about Ace. He's very open. He's polarizing. He'll answer anything. And, people try to trump him or stump him, right? And his thing was he didn't like one specific platform. So you would try to stump him and be like, no, I feel like you don't like Stadia. So, and he would just, no, I like this, I like that. So I thought he was definitely a good character. And I also, my favorite thing about Ace was there's not one other big YouTube channel that was around Ace size or even smaller or above that just popped up. I mean, Ace popped up on my channel so many times. He just, last week he popped up, right? And I'm like, man, people don't do that. People don't do that. They get the bigger channels. They feel they're kind of big, they're special. But man, he would just pop into anybody's stuff. Like he's like, dude, I'm just a regular guy. And you would be like, yo, Ace came on my show. He's like, dude, I just want to chill and talk. I love gaming, so let's talk. And I always gave him credit for that, Nothing against Duncan. You guys know a lot of people don't like Duncan. He's my guy. I like him. I like him because he speaks his mind. I like him because he speaks what he believes. Yes, he trolls Stadia. Yes, he's deemed a Stadia hater, but he really believes what he believes, why he feel down on Stadia. And so for me, he's consistent. That's just his beliefs. And I can't kill the man because I disagree with his beliefs. All I can say is, listen, I don't think what you're saying is going to happen. I don't believe it. There's time and time in the past. You said Stadia was going to die, was going to live. It lived. But listen, you have your reasons why you believe it. So, but nothing against him. But if I could trade Duncan for Ace, I would do it in a heartbeat. Sorry, Duncan. But it was cool because Duncan used to be a panelist on the show. So that was cool.
Oh, no way. Where did he go?
Who?
Duncan. He used to come on here?
Oh, no. He used to be a panelist on Cloud Gaming Extreme.
Oh, on the Extreme panel.
Yeah. Now, here's what's cool, Rude Diggs, going a little bit of history. Yeah. Last week, I posted a video of me interviewing Duncan. And this when he was the official Stadia hater. And, I had my hard questions for him. Oh, you think Stadia going to die? I made him commit to a date, which was March 20th of 2022 of when he thinks Stadia was going to die. And guess what? It's August 2nd, I believe. So somebody was wrong. But after that, everybody applauded me. Oh, that was a great interview. I never saw anybody kind of clam Duncan up like that. But then my mind said, what if I did a show with Duncan? So I inboxed him. I said, dude, I think you and me doing a show would be crazy because I'm Team Stadia. Your Team Stadia is going to die. But we're both say whatever we feel. And he was like, dude, you're going to lose friends and subscribers. I said, I don't care. I'm doing it for the entertainment. So he agreed to it. And we had a 5-episode show. And it's all on my channel. It was called Duncan and Cowboy Tell It Like It Is. And you heard us debating and arguing. And then sometimes we was on the same page. And I thought it was really entertaining. So I have to give Duncan credit because he actually did a show with me.
Oh, that's really cool.
I will always give him credit, man. And he was a popular guy, whether people like, he's popular because people want to kill him. But, he's a popular guy. But good stuff. So, Rudix, tell us a little bit about your channel, man, while you're on here.
Yeah, just my channel is all about two Canadian hosts who love Stadia and we love cloud gaming. So we love putting out content every week. We have a Sunday show. We just go into what we are playing during that week. We have some basic banter. And then we jump into Destiny 2 news, one of the first games on Stadia. And then after that, we jump into the weekly Stadia news. So my background as being a Stadia Source news writer, we get to jump into them into a little bit more depth. And we just have a lot of fun talking about it and having fun at the same time. Our channel right now is growing. I mean, we're putting out all types of content. And really, we just put out content that we feel like we enjoy ourselves. I haven't mastered the YouTube editing world yet, but I'm learning very slowly and we're getting there. But nothing like some humble Canadians talking about Stadia. There's some ups and downs, and we give Stadia some punches when we think it's due, and we give them a hooray when it's noted. I mean, Stadia doesn't do everything right, and we make sure to call them and check. And we're a little show, but we just do it because we love it. Why I'm on here, I'm kind of feeling the same way. We're just a small little channel, I'll say again, and you enjoy having me on keep
I
inviting
love
me
it.
on. So I haven't lost my invite as of yet. So it's cool just being here, chatting to the community, being more involved. You know, I've always been like a huge gamer, but I've never
Mhm.
tried to like jump into the streaming world or world of people like this, but I'm finding everybody to be super welcoming and just like it seems to be like more fun just gaming with people in the community,
Yeah.
sharing with people and yeah, I like just having fun. So I'll keep doing it as long as my heart's in it and then we'll see where it goes.
That is great, man. I think it's a good thing. I just love content creation because it allows us to use our creative minds, right? So we could come up with these shows and we get to express ourselves, and I love it, man. And that's why I like doing this, and that's why I like letting people come on because there's people who are like, I don't want to make my own show, right? I don't want to create a YouTube channel, but they have these opinions, right? Like look at Holtz. Holtz has been on here more than anybody that I know, right? He's been on he jumped in here so many, he has so much to say, and I love his perspective. He's the nicest guy, right? And he was gonna create his own channel a while ago, and he just put it off because I call Holtz, he's like a panelist. He used to be on Cloud Gaming Extreme. He was a panelist. And Holtz, instead of making his own thing, he just like to give his knowledge on other people's stuff. So for me, it's like I love seeing people be able to create things, right? I love watching um people like you, right? Say, "Hey, I like this game. We're talking about it." And now there's other people in the community like, "Oh, that game is pretty cool. We watched him play it on his channel or they talked about it." And then what the content creators do is they rally people to play together because they have these live streams. "Oh, I'm having a Fast and Furious tournament." And then we get together, right? Oh, Jeff, every Monday for over a year, this guy's playing Wreckfest, right? Stadia Pro Gaming every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. He plays different games from PUBG to Rainbow Six, the Extraction, Wreckfest, Baldur's Gate, and the community show up just to talk and to chat, to join him. It's like content creation is like the super social thing. And it literally is my favorite thing to do now, more than playing video games.
Yeah, I
It's
know. I
great.
find myself like just editing and tweaking things, and I'm like, usually I'd be sitting here playing some Destiny or something like that, but
Right.
instead I'm like tweaking things. And Nads is messaging me. He's like, "What? Did you make a new video?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah. Just felt like doing it. I don't know, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm caught the bug. I don't know. I'm liking it
It,
so far, so it's a
It's
lot of
it's
fun."
fun, man. It's cool. It's my thing is I was super social. I was the guy that always went out to the club. I like dancing. If I went to the movies, I took an entourage with me. I just love it, right? As I got older and I got more into content creation, I got, people separate. You don't have as many friends as you used to, or they don't get together as much, right? But this is
Yeah,
my outlet now, right? I can't wait to get off work to come home and I fire up and I get to talk to all you guys, It's cool. It's
yeah.
definitely cool.
I was a little bit. I don't know. I had a group of friends, but partying, loud music. I don't know. I'm such a Canadian at heart. I feel so
Okay.
many times. Like people being violent and stuff. I'm not about that. That's why
Yeah.
when I'm like Call of Duty is the number one game, it just blows my mind that people are just out there being so violent. But it is what it is. I guess it is an outlet, but I just can't do it over and over again.
Yeah. Call of Duty got old to me because I'm more into futuristic stuff. So that's why I gravitate to Destiny. Give me a double jump, shooting blasts out my hand,
Yeah.
superpowers. That's me, man. By the way, Brock just gave me some information. Said he heard this show has been bought by the BBC. Was expecting So uh,
Attenborough.
they're trying to buy me, man. But no, I'm not selling, Rock. I'm not selling to the BBC.
Well, funny enough, you say that is we're gonna try to do our first like little rally community
Mhm.
thing. The new raid is coming out August 26th. So we're currently
Yeah.
recruiting community members. If you're interested in Destiny 2, hit me up. We're trying to make a raid team and we're going to be going
Mhm.
at it. We do have a day one clear under our belt, one of the only two Stadia teams. What?
Wow. And so
Yeah.
that
So
and so that when you say only two Stadia teams, you mean that Stadia only, right? Only Stadia players.
Yeah, so the first raid to ever drop when there was no crossplay,
Okay.
no Stadia team completed the raids. Um, and that was Garden of Salvation. And then afterwards, the next raid, which was Vault of Glass, I believe, when that raid dropped as a day one, there was still no crossplay. So there was still only two Stadia teams at that point who rallied enough to go and finish it and beat it and get it done day one. And you can go check it out on raidreport.com or wherever they keep those records. But yeah, it's a little bit of a shout out for our team, and that was actually the charisma to get us to start the show because I posted it and people were going. I got like 500 things upvotes on
Mhm.
Reddit and stuff, and
Right.
I'm like, oh yeah, I want to go out and start talking about Stadia. Stadia is awesome. So it was one of the catalysts, I would say, Destiny 2. But yeah, so at that point, no crossplay. So you had to form an all Stadia team, and these people had to be dedicated enough to grind out before and get a raid done on day
Mhm.
one. And you know how there's the Grandmaster difficulty, right?
Right.
And the raids on day one are usually, I think, 10 to 15 power levels higher than a Grandmaster. So the stuff you're dealing with is just insanely difficult.
I'm getting to the comments. All right. You guys are killing me, man. I'm getting there.
Okay. Okay, I'll
He said,
stop. I'm blabbing. You
no,
check
no,
out some
I
comments.
love it. I love it. He said, Cowboys dragging out the comments on the screen. I'm just getting there. But I want to say what's up to ISO. Just came in the building. He has his podcast tonight, What a Warrior podcast. So shout out to you, ISO. Also, if you guys want, please click on the link. I don't care if you leave now and come back, but check out Chat Stadia, man. Check out his channel. Whenever people are a guest, I want people to, one thing as a caveat, man, is I know that it's frowned upon to talk about your channel and other people's channel, but I'm not the normal channel. My biggest video was a treadmill review for the longest time. Now my biggest video is an Ethernet cable review. I've all started my channel as a 74,000 views on it, and I only put that video out a year ago. But my channel started as a vlogging channel, right, for my kids and everything. So I do it all. So for me, I don't have a problem if you guys in the chat say, "Hey, check out my channel. Hey, I'm doing a podcast." Like ISO, shout out your podcast, your channel. Because I look at it this way: if one person go to Rudig's Chat Stadia channel and subscribe, I feel today chatting for what 2.5 hours now was worth it for me, right? Because I got to be social. So I'm already getting what I get out of it, right? Because I'm laughing, I'm joking. So I do this because I enjoy it, because this is my social time. When the people come on, it will be cool for me if they got something. Because to be honest with you, you're adding value to me, right? And last week I gave a really, really big shout out for the people in the comments, because I try to read all the comments and I pop them up, but you guys end up adding value to my stuff, right? We end up having these long conversations of stuff I didn't have planned. So in a way, you guys are writers of the show. So you guys deserve whatever. So if ISO want to say my show's starting in 7 minutes, and 10 people say, "Oh, let's go watch his show," then go ahead. It doesn't bother me at all, because ISO so many times help bring value to me. Same thing Rude Digs. Sorry, I feel like I'm losing my voice. I'm getting passionate here. Like, I'm for real. Click on that link and go to his channel right now. And if you don't come back because you're watching one of his videos, then good. I prefer it. I'm not the gatekeeper of people's happiness, right? So when we get on YouTube, it's just like watching a TV show. Oh, what should I watch today? My favorite show's on. Well, if my favorite show is wrestling, and I just happen to be watching The Incredible Hulk, right? I look and say, "Oh, wrestling's on right now." You know, I'm gonna cut off Hulk and go watch wrestling. So if you're watching my thing and Rude Diggs is on, you're gonna be like, "That's my favorite show." Why would I be like, "Don't leave and watch him"? No, that's your favorite show. Like, dude, go watch him, right? And anyway, it's called the VOD, as Squid say. You could watch my show back. Like, I get a lot of views the next day because a lot of people watch it in different countries, right? So it's not going nowhere unless YouTube shut it down because I was saying something crazy or Chucky got me in trouble. But yeah, that's how I feel, man. I'm passionate about this. It's a more than enough people watching YouTube for us all to eat, so to speak, right? There's so many people. Like a couple weeks ago, I did a first impression on Returnal. First time I ever played it. Well, some weird reason YouTube put it on the preferred list. And I had all these people commenting that never watched my channel. It was like, "Oh, I feel the same way about this." I was like, "How did you hear about my channel?" It's like, "Oh, it was on a preferred list." It was random. Guess what? It got 1,000 views in one day, right? That just means there's so many people out there that don't even know us. So the least I could do is let people discover other people. The least I could do, you know? So anyway.
That's wicked, man. I gotta, first of all, two things. I gotta get me a Cat 8 cable after seeing that video. Because internet waves I didn't believe that. Like, I didn't even think that was possible. I'm using Cat 5 right now. So that was a pretty good piece of information. I still gotta order that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then the second one slipped my mind. Damn, I gotta write these down. But yeah, I really appreciate you giving me that shout out like that. You
Yeah,
know,
man. You
it
deserve
helps a
it,
lot.
man.
Well, thanks. You know,
Yeah,
I'm just new to this too, and I'm getting my legs, so
yeah.
I appreciate that.
And this is what I like to say too. Man, we all got families. Even if you was a single guy, right? You could have been doing something else. And so sometimes people like we get on here, we get ridiculed, we get people could laugh. Like I had so many people, "You need to take down your video," of the video that happened last week. I said, "Dude, I'm leaving it up there. I thought it was funny as hell." My wife watched it, she laughed. People are getting on me. We got to take criticism, but it comes with the territory. So why not shout each other out? Why not help each other grow? You know?
Yeah. Yeah, and
So
FCAT, I'm down to hear that. So that's wicked, man. I'll hit you up on Twitter, and we'll get you in there. So look
that'd be
forward to
cool.
that. It's awesome, man. We're gonna be streaming live too, so we're just gonna be having a lot of fun. Day one raid, it's gonna be wicked. And see, that's awesome too. Getting FCAT on the team. So
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. It's cool because let's say I might be on your show one day, right? Some people are going to see me and be like, "Oh, who's this guy?" Right? Because your audience will be people I don't know, right? And don't know me. So it's just we're all giving back. That's all, you know.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool thing, man. I love this content creation. I love the community. I have my gripes with Stadia. Some people was mad at me, but I always said I'm just a very vocal person. I live my life or I do my content as if it's a wrestling show, right? I might be a heel one day, which means a bad guy, or a face the next day, which means a good guy, right? That's just me. I love to doll up my opinions, my views. And like I said, I got a big mouth. So the day I have an issue with Stadia, you're gonna hear it. So when the people call me the fanboy, "Oh, nothing bothers you about Stadia. Everything we say, you don't care." It didn't bother me. When I have a problem, you'll hear it. So, but you know what? Everybody's welcome to it. Like Primo always say, if you're in the public eye, anyone has the authority or the right to scrutinize you or love you. Ain't nobody tell me to put a cowboy hat on and come in front of the TV screen or whatever. That I did it to myself. So you gotta take what comes with it, you know. So it's cool. Are you breaking down SummerSlam? Somebody asked me, was I going to do a SummerSlam video stream? I didn't. So I don't do the wrestling stuff that often. I didn't want to get caught up where it was a weekly thing. I just wanted to do it where I felt there was a lot of news going on. One, because wrestling has been a little stagnant at the moment, and two, it's not like my highest viewed thing. And I like doing this and know that people are going to watch it, right? So like, yes, I could come on here and talk about wrestling, which you guys know I love it, but I talk about wrestling to a couple guys. We already have a chat that I created, right? We could just talk about it in the chat, to be honest. If not that many people are going to watch, right? Because I could have been doing something where I got to connect. So here's the thing. People say, oh, you're doing it for views. I'm doing it in a different way for views. Yes, it's cool to have views, but I like to connect with people. I love when people chat back, right? It's my way of being social. So if I'm doing it and it's not that many views, then it's not that many people came by. And so I wasn't as social as I would like to be. Plus, I like when you guys are social as well. So, you know, it's just my thing. But yeah, definitely. Rock said, yeah, VOD is good. Just start at 15 minutes and get the actual show. Yeah, man. And listen, honestly, when I
FCAT, man, he's been grinding, but
nice.
it's actually FCAT. If you want to hoard your bounties right now, and it's all about next season because there's going to be a reset, and then you're going to need all of your power level to be high starting August 23rd. So be ready for that.
And
I'd be up for the raid too if timing works. Oh, Rock
yeah,
too.
Rock. Yeah, man.
You know,
There you
I'd love to even have a rotating roster because, unfortunate enough, it is 24 hours. So I doubt everyone will be able to stay there for as long as that. So be cool. Anyone wants to hop in? Yeah,
That's
we're going
cool.
to start recruiting. So I'll hit you guys up in the messages.
And I keep saying I'm gonna buy Beyond Light. You know what? I'm gonna do it. You know what? Doing it right now. I'm gonna do it right now live. Not that y'all can see my. Hold on. How do I? Hey, hold on. Walk me through this.
Beyond Light is the old DLC though, so you're getting the 2021 content.
Yes. So here's the thing. I was a big fan of Destiny, and I played it since Destiny 1 Alpha, all the way to about 2 or 3 years ago. So I stopped playing.
Hats off to you.
Yeah, man, I was a big fan. I founded a clan. My clan, they're still playing to this day, like on PlayStation. They still play. So we're called the Mighty Jade Empire. So my thing is, I put so much time in Destiny. Let me pull this down and I can tell my quick story. So I put so much time in it. Whoops.
Where come from?
Hide. Wait, how is that not hide? Oh, that's you. I'm hiding, man. So I put so much time into Destiny. I noticed that they've been getting rid of content because obviously it's getting too big. They don't want to be like Call of Duty and having 60 gig updates, right? So I told myself, I put so much into it. I feel bad if there's content that comes out that I miss. So the last thing when I stopped playing, the last thing I didn't get was Beyond Light. That's when they got the ice powers and stuff, right? The stasis. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I owe it to myself to at least buy it and play the story. So I at least want to play the story. So somebody said, well, do both. And I said, no, because I don't want to mix up the Witch Queen story and Beyond Light story. So I just want to only get Beyond Light, play through everything in the story, send me all over, wherever. And then when I'm done, then I'll purchase the Witch Queen and then I'll do the Witch Queen story, if that makes sense.
And Beyond Light, they don't send you all over. It's more because they introduced the new planet, the ice world, the moon of Jupiter. So you're on Europa. Really cool. And you go in and out of like different darkness realm, a battle internally with the darkness. So
sorry,
it's a lot different than Witch Queen and almost. Beyond Light, I would say, gives you more as a Destiny player because it gives you the stasis subclass.
Okay, now here's what sucks. I think Beyond Light
is right there, but it's not on sale right now. And
I could have sworn last time I looked it was like $15. Oh man.
I mean, yeah. It'll probably next week it'll be on sale.
Because of new stuff?
Because of new stuff, yeah.
Okay, I'll wait. I'll wait till next week. But next time I see it that low, because I'm pretty sure I've seen it at $15. But yeah, I definitely want to get it. I want to play through the story, and then I want to get Witch Queen. And I just want to always stick with Destiny. Now, I might not be an avid player, but I think I want to always follow the story because I put so much into the story since part 1, So I feel like Once I heard they was taking stuff out, I was like, oh, I don't want to miss it, and I want to play it. Excuse me, I want to play it myself, if that makes sense, and not just
Now,
watch like a video.
FCAT has a little bit of a point, and I don't know 100% whether you lose the weekly missions, but you
Mhm.
do lose like a big portion of the story without the seasonal activities. But Beyond Light is a self-contained story, and
Yeah,
then
so
you continue with the seasonal events that occurred after Beyond Light, and then in comes Witch Queen as a contained event, and then all the seasonal events happen after Witch Queen.
yeah,
So
so
yeah,
I don't know how that goes. Last time I was in Destiny, you had like around September, you had the big massive expansion, and then you had little stuff throughout, that added little story content
same.
or maybe missions or something. I just want to get the story. I just
Yeah,
want to see how you get stasis. I think that was when they were showing the pyramids was coming back or something floating in the sky. So that stuff I just want to actually experience, because I put so much time into it. That was my number one game for 5.5 years straight. So,
damn. I discovered that game on Stadia.
oh wow.
Yeah, I never really jumped into it before because I had taken a break from console gaming, really running a business and whatnot, and then
Hmm.
just kind of had more time after 2019. So I just kind of jumped into Stadia because it sounded like genius to
Hmm.
me. No
Yeah.
console. And
Well,
Destiny 2 is overwhelming as a solo player. Like, I had no idea it was a community game. Trying to
that is
do a
awesome.
raid solo is is
Yeah.
not a smart idea. I just
Yeah.
kept dying.
And and the cool thing is I'm gonna buy the DLC on Stadia because then I could walk all around the world and play it wherever I want. But I will say this, my wife just reminded me we was gonna go to the movies tonight to see the Crawdad sing. Right? Is that it? Yeah, so I'm actually gonna. I mean, we got through all the topics. We actually added that whole big part in the beginning. Once again, I want to thank you so much, Rudiggs, for jumping in as usual, man. Too bad we couldn't play
Yeah.
some Fast and Furious today.
Oh,
Because
my
we got
controller's working too.
your controller's working, cool. But yeah, I got about 20 minutes to make it to the movie theater. It's about 12-minute drive, and I want to get some soda and the popcorn. So want to
Yeah.
thank everybody who came in the chat. Like I said, I honestly gotta thank the chat, man. You guys don't realize, like, people might feel like, oh, you came to my show and you was in my comments. No, dummy. They made the show because you was reading the comments. You know, like, you guys deserve way more credit, right? I think people don't realize the comment section is so powerful. Obviously, along with people coming on, that's to the next level. But man, the comments is like where it's at. Thanks, Rock. I appreciate it. But let me get out of here so I could go to movies with my wife and expect the movie review. I'll have it out by tomorrow. I'll do one tonight and have it out by tomorrow.
Awesome,
If you
man.
guys didn't
Enjoy the
know that,
movie.
thank you,
Enjoy the
man.
popcorn too, man. I love me some popcorn.
Oh yeah, the movie popcorn, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
so good.
All right. Well, I'll talk to you, man. Take care.
Thanks.
Now, do you want to get the final say to?
Oh yeah, make sure to like and subscribe, follow. It's at Chat Stadia, one word, Twitter and YouTube. And Cowboy, again, thank you so much for having me on. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thanks, man. And then Rudiggs, the very last thing you're supposed to say is, "And now your mama knows."
And now your mama knows.
And now your mama knows.
Bruce, unleash the baby god dragon.